Chapter 2017. Just now, Right Coiling Tiger was just threatening Lin Yi, so he didn't think so much. Now that Lin Yi actually dragged Boss Bai into it, how could he snatch it? Although the information was now with Lin Yi, wasn't robbing Lin Yi the same as robbing Boss Bai? Right Coiling Tiger definitely didn't dare to do this kind of thing, unless he didn't want to live anymore. One must know that the people of the Heavenly Elixir sect would sometimes compare some alchemy skills with Boss Bai. Right Coiling Tiger didn't have such guts. What? Are you listless? You just told me in the morning that alchemists and cultivators are all floating clouds in front of Boss Bai. Right Coiling Tiger, you still want to show off with the masters of the Right family? Lin Yi looked at Right Coiling Tiger with a sneer. Fuck, if you don't want to give it to me, then don't give it to me. I was just joking. Right Coiling Tiger waved his hand and snorted. You, Lin Yi, are not scared. Are you afraid of a few words? I don't believe it. Since you don't believe it, please. I don't have time to talk nonsense with you. Lin Yi said and strode away with the information. Looking at the back of Lin Yi leaving, Right Coiling Tiger was so angry that he gritted his teeth. Why are you so arrogant? What the hell? Didn't you just accidentally save Boss Bai once? You're so arrogant just because you got some good treasures. However, Right Coiling Tiger was obviously the type to say sour grapes. He looked at Boss Bai's office, hesitated, and still didn't knock on the door. Instead, he turned around and followed Lin Yi out of the faculty building of the biology department. Right Coiling Tiger was a little unwilling. He really wanted to know what the information in Lin Yi's hands was, but Lin Yi was obviously not stupid. He wouldn't let him see it for free, so Right Coiling Tiger was thinking if he could find some benefits to exchange with Lin Yi. After all, the purpose of studying here was actually to learn some knowledge from Boss Bai. Now that Lin Yi got it, it seemed worth it to pay a little price to exchange the information from Lin Yi. But, how could he move Lin Yi's heart? He hesitated and decided to discuss it with his family when he had the time. He wanted to see if there was anything he could use to trade with Lin Yi. If that didn't work, he could buy it with money. But he couldn't rob it. If this thing was not given to Lin Yi by Coiling Tiger, Right Coiling Tiger might have really robbed it, but now was definitely not. Lin Yi watched Right Coiling Tiger wander behind him and didn't pay attention to him. Before, Lin Yi deliberately didn't show the information in his hands to Right Coiling Tiger. Although the information was not important, Lin Yi wanted to deliberately annoy Right Coiling Tiger. This guy seemed to be eavesdropping, so Lin Yi didn't mind using what he said in the morning to deal with him. As long as he didn't dare to make trouble in front of Boss Bai, then Lin Yi wasn't afraid of him. Even if it was an ordinary street item, Lin Yi didn't want to show it to him on purpose. It was just that what Lin Yi didn't expect was that Right Coiling Tiger actually regarded the thing in his hands as a treasure, and was ready to exchange it with benefits or buy it with money. If Lin Yi knew about it, he might not know whether to laugh or cry at his own lucky hit. On the way back to the dorm, Lin Yi bought a boxed lunch from the cafeteria. It was already past the meal time, but the boxed lunch was still sold until the evening. Back in the dorm, Bai Weitua saw Lin Yi and said, "Brother Lin, my grandpa is looking for you." "It's nothing, he gave me some information." "Do you want to take a look?" Lin Yi said as he waved the thing in his hand. "No, I can't play with those things." It seemed that Bai Weitua already knew what Lin Yi was holding in his hand. It seemed like he didn't know at all. It was a completely different concept from Right Coiling Tiger. "How is Zhang Duopan? He didn't give you any trouble, right?" asked Lin Yi. "Not really, but last night was really bad. The meal didn't cost much, but in the end, he bought a cup. He was screwed to death." Bai Weitua thought it was funny when he mentioned what happened last night. The funniest thing is, in front of Himeiue, this kid was acting like a big shot. He was beaten until his teeth fell into his stomach, ha. Lin Yi smiled as he opened the lunchbox and quickly ate. Zhang Duopan really didn't have the mood to find trouble with Bai Weitua. He had enough troubles on his own side. After trying for a long time, he still didn't have enough money for Cheng Yi's appearance fee. Zhang Duopan had no choice but to call his father, Zhang Fengfeng. "Hello? Son, how was it? Was the performance successful? Did you successfully capture your little girlfriend's heart? Did you take her to a hotel room yesterday? If she's pregnant, you must tell me. Your grandpa is waiting for you to carry on the family line." Zhang Fengfeng was a person with a strong concept of carrying on the family line. He believed that there were 3 ways to be unfilial. His father was looking forward to having a great-grandchild. So Zhang Fengfeng waited for Zhang Duopan to go to university before he started thinking about it. Otherwise, he wouldn't have helped his son and invited a celebrity just to chase a girl. "Don't mention it, Dad. She invited Su Shirhan yesterday. I lost." Zhang Duopan smiled bitterly. "My plan to chase a girl is going to be put on hold." "What? Then don't you have to give up on that, Meiyue? Motherfucker, what the hell are you doing? Your grandpa is waiting for you to have a great-grandchild. You don't even have a girlfriend. How am I going to explain this to him?" Zhang Fengfeng said angrily. "Why the fuck did you make a bet? Is it good now?" No, your son actually relied on his intelligence to successfully turn the situation around. The bet is actually invalid." Zhang Duopan heard his father say this, but in his heart, he secretly thought that this was a good opportunity. If he used it well, then the money would come, so he quickly told Zhang Fengfeng how he turned the situation around yesterday. "Not bad. You're good. Now we're even. What do you plan to do next?" Zhang Fengfeng nodded in satisfaction. "Dad, I'm treating them. I spent quite a lot of money. Who knew that the hotel would scam people? They charged 5,000 yuan for a cup. I swiped my card, but I didn't even have the money to pay Cheng Yi." Zhang Duopan said carefully. "Oh, I've settled the money for Cheng Yi. You don't have to worry about it. You did the right thing by treating them. Otherwise, you wouldn't have the chance to turn the situation around." Zhang Fengfeng didn't blame Zhang Duopan, "But your opponent is very cunning. You have to be careful." "Don't worry, Dad. I plan to invite them to the Tiger Park this weekend. I'll take the chance to get closer to Meiyue. It's the Tiger Park that Uncle Su opened in Donghai." Zhang Duopan said. "Fan Ganha and I will think of a way to embarrass Bai Weitua. Meiyue will look down on him. Target =_blank. Chapter 2018. "Oh, okay, I'll give your Uncle Su a call and tell him to get someone to work with you, but the entrance fee can't be waived. You should spend the money yourself. Old Su and someone else invested in the Tiger Park, he can't just give it to you for free." Zhang Fengfeng said. "It's fine, just work with me." "Thanks, Dad." Zhang Duopan was overjoyed. Not only did this call solve all of his problems, but the trip to the Tiger Park was even more assured now. "That's not the main thing, you need to get me a girlfriend and continue the family line, that's the most important thing, got it?" Zhang Fengfeng said. "Got it, don't worry Dad, I'll get it done." Zhang Duopan said with a smile. Everything was done, and Zhang Duopan's face was full of smiles. He'd walked out of the shadow of yesterday's scam. In the afternoon, Lin Yi and Bai Weitua went to the biology building together. He saw Yu Coiling Tiger looking at him expectantly as he walked in. Lin Yi smiled and waved the documents in his hand. He grinned at Yu Coiling Tiger before ignoring him and sitting down next to Wang Xinyan. "Fuck, what are you so cocky about? You think you're so great just because you got Boss Bai's teachings?" Yu Coiling Tiger cursed, a little pissed off. "Just wait until I get home and find a good treasure, you'll trade with me." Humph humph. Yeah, Master Yu, that Lin Yi kid hasn't seen much of the world. We're a hidden house of House Yu. Any good treasure is enough to make him drool over it. He'll trade. The yellow hair nodded. Yeah, 2 or 3 more days won't matter. The purple hair said. Lin Yi sat down, and Wang Xinyan looked up at Lin Yi. Lin Yi, I heard from Meiyue that she wants to invite us to the Tiger Park this weekend. Are you free? If not, I'll just reject it. I'm not going either. Why not? It's tiring to go to class every day. It's good to relax on the weekend. Lin Yi smiled. Or do you not want to go with me? I'm not. I'm just worried that Mengyao and Yushu won't like us going out together. It'll cause you trouble. Xinyan blushed. Hee, then why don't they go together? Lin Yi said. Together. Xinyan didn't know why, but she felt a little disappointed all of a sudden. Alright, I'll talk to Meiyue tonight and have her tell Zhang Duopan. But you talk to Bai Weitua. Meiyue said she's worried that Zhang Duopan might try something. Heh, why didn't she say it herself? Lin Yi asked with a smile. Meiyue, she's not sure if she can be with Bai Weitua, and she's high school friends with Zhang Duopan. Wouldn't she be betraying her old classmate if Zhang Duopan found out about it? Xinyan shook her head. Lin Yi frowned. Meiyue was really indecisive, but this was Bai Weitua's business. He couldn't say much, so he said, okay, I'll tell him. Okay. Xinyan nodded before turning back to her book. Xinyan didn't know if she was playing with fire. Ever since the military training, her relationship with Lin Yi had gotten a lot closer. She didn't know what other people would think if they kept this up, but she knew that she was starting to rely on Lin Yi a little. Every time she went to class and waited for him to sit beside her, she would feel at ease. They didn't talk much, but Xinyan felt that it was a kind of tacit understanding. But Xinyan's heart sank every time she thought about her engagement. She felt a little uneasy. Xinyan thought that Lin Yi was very strong, but House Kong wasn't the same as before. She heard that House Kong had found a powerful backer, or else family Shao wouldn't be so eager to get married to House Kong, even with the hidden House Pai support. Man. Xinyan sighed as she looked back at her textbook. She'd put these headaches aside for now. She'd be happy every day, and at least she was happy and at ease right now. She enjoyed sitting at the same table with Lin Yi, having class together. Lin Yi stopped by Weitua after class, telling him about Zhang Duopan's plan and Meiyue's message. Meiyue really told Da to tell me? Bai Weitua was very excited after hearing Lin Yi's words. Yes. Lin Yi was speechless. Why was Meiyue so happy that she didn't tell Bai Weitua herself? Heh, that's great. I still have a slight advantage over Zhang Duopan. Bai Weitua smiled. Lin Yi paused, realizing why Bai Weitua was so happy. He was thinking too much. Meiyue was different from his girlfriends. Xiao was the one who took the initiative to chase him, and it was a very purposeful kind. He didn't have any competitors at all, and Xiao didn't have any feelings for other guys either. That was why he was so critical of Meiyue's actions. But when he thought about it, Meiyue and Zhang Duopan were really old classmates, and Bai Weitua joined later. From this point alone, Meiyue was already very good to Bai Weitua. After school today, Lin Yi didn't let Han Jingjing wait for nothing. He called her to the parking lot, and Han Jingjing was very happy that Lin Yi thought of her. Brother Lin Yi, you finally remembered Jing. That's great. Han Jingjing didn't hold the tablet to write or draw, but she talked to Lin Yi. Yesterday's incident. I'm really sorry. Lin Yi smiled bitterly. If it weren't for yesterday's incident, Lin Yi wouldn't pay so much attention to it. It's nothing. I just caught a cold. Achoo. Han Jingjing sneezed. It wasn't obvious in the morning, but she didn't expect it to get worse and worse after school. You caught a cold? Lin Yi saw Han Jingjing's situation and immediately frowned. He said, take some medicine when you go back. Oh, how about this? I'll go over and help you treat it. I have something important to tell you tonight. Okay. Han Jingjing nodded. Brother Lin Yi, what important matter do you have for Jing Jing? You'll know when you go back, said Lin Yi. Oh. Han Jingjing nodded. The two went to the parking lot, and Lin Yi opened the door and got in with Han Jingjing. They waited quietly for Meng Yao, Yushu, and Han Xiaoqiao. Chapter 2019. Chapter 2032, Flu treating colds was different from high school. The teacher wouldn't drag the class on, and the class would usually end when it was time. And so, very quickly, Meng Yao, Yushu, and Han Jingjing came over. After they got in the car, Lin Yi started the car and headed straight to the college Shang district. The group had a tacit understanding already, so they didn't need to say anything. Back home, Grandma's son was cooking dinner. Lin Yi said to Meng Yao, Yao Yao, I'm going to Han Jingjing's for a bit, I have some things to discuss with her. You guys eat first, no need to wait for me. You're going to Han Jingjing's? Meng Yao paused. Lin Yi didn't seem to be interested in Han Jingjing at all. He'd only brought them some food last night, and he'd come back immediately after that. They hadn't even talked much, so why was he going over to Han Jingjing's place today? Yeah, Han Jingjing wants to learn pill making, so I'm going to discuss it with her. Lin Yi smiled bitterly. You guys know about the 2-year promise I made with Bingtang, but I haven't made any progress in my pill making skills. Han Jingjing likes pill making, so it'd be great if she could do it. I see. The miss realized why Lin Yi would go to Han Jingjing on his own accord. This Han Jingjing didn't have a brain, and Lin Yi didn't really like her. Without a reason, Lin Yi wouldn't go visit her. Naturally, the miss wouldn't stop Xiao Xiao. She nodded. Go, don't worry about us. If it's too late, Shu and I will rest first, okay? Lin Yi nodded and left the villa with the needles. He went to Han Jingjing's villa next door and pressed the doorbell. It hadn't even been a second since Lin Yi pressed the doorbell, and the door opened. Han Jingjing was standing there as if she was waiting for Lin Yi, scaring Lin Yi. Why did you open the door so quickly? Lin Yi was a little surprised by Han Jingjing's speed. I've been waiting for you at the door. Han Jingjing said. You pressed the doorbell, so I opened the door. You've been waiting for me here since you got home? The corner of Lin Yi's mouth twitched. He felt that Han Jingjing's actions couldn't be understood with common sense. Yeah. Han Jingjing nodded and said, I'm afraid that I'll be busy later and won't hear the doorbell. You'll be silly waiting for me at the door. It doesn't feel good to wait for someone. Jing Jing felt terrible yesterday, so I don't want Big Brother Lin Yi to wait too. Okay, thank you. Jing Jing, you're the best. Lin Yi sighed. It had to be said that although Han Jingjing's thinking was a bit weird, Lin Yi was still very touched at the moment. He also felt sorry for leaving Han Jingjing in the parking lot yesterday. Jing Jing is the best. Han Jingjing nodded in agreement. Because Big Brother Lin Yi is good to Jing Jing, Jing Jing is also good to Big Brother Lin Yi. Yesterday, Lin Yi was even more apologetic. Yesterday, Jing Jing knew that Big Brother Lin Yi didn't mean it, so Jing Jing didn't mind, said Han Jingjing. Well, let's cure your cold first. Lin Yi said, then I have something important to tell you. Where's Han Xiaoqiao? He's reading upstairs. Do you have something to talk to him about? Asked Han Jingjing. It's nothing. Lin Yi shook his head. Did he not catch a cold? No, he seems to be fine, said Han Jingjing. That's good. Lin Yi said, you sit on the sofa. I'll help you with acupuncture. Can acupuncture cure a cold? Han Jingjing was a little confused. Don't I need to take medicine? No, acupuncture will do. Lin Yi said, others may not be able to do it, but I can. Oh, that's good. Han Jingjing nodded obediently and sat on the sofa, but she still asked with some worry, Big brother Lin Yi, does acupuncture hurt? It doesn't hurt. As Lin Yi said this, he took out the silver needle and sterilized it with his true energy. He seemed to insert it into Han Jingjing's body casually. In fact, Lin Yi's accuracy couldn't be higher. Okay, don't move. It will be fine in a while. After Lin Yi inserted the needle, he pinched the end of the silver needle and infused a little true energy. It's so hot. Han Jingjing's beautiful forehead was covered in a thin layer of sweat, and her body was also drenched. I think I've gotten some good water. Poof. Lin Yi's hand that was pinching the silver needle shook slightly. A lot of water? Han Jingjing's words were really ambiguous. If it weren't for Han Jingjing's big watery eyes that were full of innocence, Lin Yi would really think that Han Jingjing was on him. However, after Lin Yi heard this, he still had a little reaction. He coughed awkwardly and quickly sat on the sofa on the side. He said, okay, wait for a while. Oh, okay. Han Jingjing didn't seem to notice the physiological changes in Lin Yi's body. She trusted Lin Yi and nodded. After a while, Lin Yi calmed his heartbeat and put away the silver needle. He didn't expect a girl like Han Jingjing to be very lethal sometimes. Is she very cute now? Okay, you go take a bath. Wash off the sweat on your body. Lin Yi said, I will wait for you here. Are you going to take a bath now? Han Jingjing was slightly stunned. Then you, wait for me here. I'm really sorry. Do you want to watch TV? What are you eating tonight? Lin Yi asked. Instant noodles or takeout. Han Jingjing said, what's wrong? Nothing. You take a bath first. I'll go back and take a look. I'll get some food from home. Let's eat together. Lin Yi said. That's fine. Thank you, Lin Yi bro. Han Jingjing said. Lin Yi nodded and left Han Jingjing's villa. He returned to his own villa. Miss and Shu had already finished eating. They were watching TV in the living room. When she saw Lin Yi coming back, Meng Yao asked, Lin Yi, did you talk about the things over there? I left some food for you. It's in the kitchen. It shouldn't be cold yet. You can heat it up and eat it. I haven't talked about it yet. Han Jingjing caught a cold. I just cured her. Lin Yi said, now that Han Jingjing went to take a bath, I came back to get some food to eat with her. Oh. Shield bro, did you touch Han Jingjing as well? Just like that day with Wang Xinyan? Yushu suddenly asked. Sweat. Lin Yi waved the silver needle in his hand and said, this time I have silver needles. I don't need to take off my clothes or touch her. Oh, so you touched Wang Xinyan on purpose last time? Yushu asked. I didn't bring my silver needles last time. Lin Yi said. Chapter 2020. Date, November 1st NBSP, but you can go back to the room to get it. Yushu said. 1*1*, my needles were contaminated last time, so I can't use them anymore, Lin Yi said. Then you can buy a new one. Yushu said. Alright Shu, if you want Lin Yi to touch you, just say it, no need to find so many excuses. Meng Yao interrupted Yushu. Yao Yao, you're the king of truth, Yushu said, shocked, you're even better than truth Shu. I've lived with you for so long, how could I not know what you're thinking? Meng Yao curled her lips, but you're only good at talking, why don't you go push me down if you can? Ugh. Shield bro doesn't like tough Shu. Yushu said. Lin Yi didn't expect the miss to say something like that, and he sweated. It seemed like Yao Yao, him, and Shu were really familiar with each other. The miss was treating him more and more like a part of the family, not hiding anything in front of him. You guys talk, I'll bring the dishes over. Lin Yi shook his head, admiring Meng Yao for being able to see through Shu with one look. Even Lin Yi felt like he couldn't see through Yushu. Although Yushu said that she liked him, Lin Yi felt that there was something hidden under Yushu's straightforward personality, different from Xiao Xiao's straightforwardness. Perhaps if he and Xiao Xiao stayed together for a long time, something beyond friendship would happen naturally, but with Shu, Lin Yi felt that it wouldn't happen. Even Lin Yi himself didn't know why. Maybe it was because the two of them had been living together for so long, and there really wasn't anything going on. Or maybe it was because of him and Yushu. Although there were small flirtatious moments, there hadn't been a single real flirtatious moment. But there was one thing he was sure of, Yushu seemed to have feelings for him, but it was a strange feeling. It seemed right in front of his eyes, yet far away at the same time. Lin Yi couldn't figure out little Shu's thoughts. This girl was sometimes smart and sometimes silly, but to say that she was silly. Actually, it wasn't that silly. In short, some things were very strange. Lin Yi brought the food to Han Jingjing's villa. The food in Lin Yi's hands was enough for 3 people. Just now, when Lin Yi left, he didn't lock the door. However, the door was unlocked, so there was no need to press the doorbell this time. After placing the dishes on the dining table, Lin Yi quietly waited for Han Jingjing to finish showering and come down. Han Jingjing probably just took a shower and didn't spend too much time. Obviously, she didn't want to keep Lin Yi waiting for too long. They didn't bathe for too long. Otherwise, Lin Yi knew how long girls took to bathe. Miss and Shu took a long time to bathe, big brother Lin Yi. I made you wait for a long time. Han Jingjing changed into a set of pajamas. The loose nightgown revealed her body, and Lin Yi didn't dare to continue looking. This Han Jingjing's body seemed to be quite good. If Lin Yi didn't know Han Jingjing's personality, he would think that Han Jingjing was deliberately seducing him. She had been seducing him ever since she came out of the water. But Lin Yi knew that Han Jingjing's personality was silly. She probably didn't have such thoughts, so Lin Yi could only think that she was familiar with him and didn't guard against him. No, I just came back. Lin Yi said, ask Han Xiaoqiao to come down and have a meal with us. Wow, so much food. Big brother Lin Yi, you're so amazing. You came back and made so much food. Han Jingjing was overjoyed when she saw the food on the table. Yesterday's food was so delicious. Xiao Qiao and I didn't eat enough. I didn't expect to eat again today. It's much better than the takeout from those restaurants. Oh. Lin Yi didn't explain that he didn't cook today's food, but Grandma's son's cooking was quite good. Han Jingjing picked up the phone next to the stairs and dialed the intercom in Han Xiaoqiao's room. She asked Han Xiaoqiao to come and eat. Then she ran to Lin Yi's side and sat down. The fragrance of shower gel made Lin Yi feel refreshed. Han Xiaoqiao was obviously the nerd type. He was even more nerdy than Han Jingjing. When he went downstairs, he was still holding a textbook. He walked to the table and put the textbook down. He looked at the food on the table and was a little surprised. Sister, it's so sumptuous. I haven't eaten such a sumptuous meal in a long time. Big brother Lin Yi brought it. Han Jingjing said. Thank you, big brother Lin Yi. Han Xiaoqiao said shyly. Okay, hurry up and eat. Lin Yi said. Han Jingjing and Han Xiaoqiao buried their heads to eat, but Han Jingjing ate 2 mouthfuls and wondered, today's food doesn't seem to be cooked by big brother Lin Yi. It's not the same as yesterday's, but it's still delicious. You can tell? Lin Yi was a little surprised. He didn't expect Han Jingjing to be so powerful. She could immediately tell that today's food wasn't made by him. Han Jingjing nodded. It feels like the heat is different. Today's food was made by my housekeeper, Grandma Sun, but Grandma Sun's cooking is also very good. Lin Yi said. Han Jingjing didn't say anything and lowered her head to eat. Han Jingjing's appetite wasn't big, so she was full soon. Han Xiaoqiao could eat a lot and ate 3 bowls of rice. However, after eating, Han Xiaoqiao took the textbook upstairs and didn't care about Lin Yi and Han Jingjing. Han Jingjing was about to clean up the dishes, but she was stopped by Lin Yi. Han Jingjing, wait a minute. Don't clean up yet. Wait until I finish talking to you. Alright, Lin Yi bro. Han Jingjing nodded and stopped in her tracks. Lin Yi sat on the sofa, and Han Jingjing followed. Han Jingjing, haven't you always wanted to learn alchemy? I have a copy of the information here, but after I give it to you, don't tell anyone, especially not to you Panhu. Lin Yi said that although Boss Bai said that this thing was a street stall, Lin Yi didn't want to show it to others. NN. Han Jingjing nodded quickly with a happy face. Don't worry, big brother Lin Yi. Jingjing will never show it to others. I won't show it even if I die. It's like protecting my body from other men. Ugh, that's a bit too much. Lin Yi was stunned. Protecting my body from other men? Then am I considered something else? Lin Yi shook his head. What's going on with this Han Jingjing? Seducing me again and again? To say that she's stupid, it doesn't seem that she's too stupid. It's just that her thinking logic is not the same as normal people. But to say that she's not stupid, why is she like a child? To be continued. You star. Chapter 2021. Han Jingjing's stupidity was completely different from Yushu's stupidity. It's not serious, Jingjing will treasure it. Han Jingjing nodded. Alright, up to you. This is an auxiliary mental cultivation method for alchemists, and this is the mental cultivation method for alchemists to condense Dan fire. You can try to cultivate these too. First, cultivate the auxiliary mental cultivation method, then try to condense Dan fire. Lin Yi gave the information Boss Bai gave him to Han Jingjing. Scan it and put it in your tablet, it's too eye-catching. I got this from someone else. Before Han Jingjing achieved anything, Lin Yi didn't want people to know too much. Alright, Jingjing will scan it in a bit. Han Jingjing nodded. Alright, Han Jingjing, study it yourself, I'll go back first, Lin Yi said. Lin Yi bro, just call me Jingjing from now on, that's my nickname, everyone at home calls me that. Han Jingjing said, calling me Han Jingjing sounds too distant. Alright, I'll call you Jingjing then. Lin Yi didn't reject it and left with a nod. When he got home, the Miss and Shu hadn't rested yet. Lin Yi didn't actually waste much time, he just ate with Han Jingjing and Xiaoqiao and gave the things Boss Bai gave him to Han Jingjing, giving her some instructions. Lin Yi, how was it? Does Han Jingjing know how to concoct pills? Meng Yao saw Lin Yi come back and quickly asked. In her heart, she was even more worried than Lin Yi. Tang Yun was already gone, and even if she didn't want to, Xiao wouldn't be able to come back. It's not that fast, Lin Yi smiled bitterly, concocting pills isn't that easy, you'll have to wait for a while to see. I see, I was too impatient. Meng Yao smiled embarrassedly and looked at Shu. Yao, why are you looking at me like that? Yushu didn't know what was going on. Is there something on my face? Pfft. Meng Yao couldn't take it anymore. Didn't you have something to say to your shield bro? Me? Something? Yushu blinked. No? Why not? Have you forgotten? Ahem. Meng Yao's eyes widened. No? Sister Yao. What are you talking about? Yushu looked at Meng Yao, confused. That's it. Meng Yao said as she reached her hand into Yushu's clothes and pulled. Oh. Yao Yao. Yushu shrieked before coming to a sudden realization. Yao Yao was talking about underwear. Oh right, shield bro. Where are my and sister Yao Yao's underwear? Meng Yao didn't know what to say. She was too embarrassed to ask. If you keep asking, I might as well ask myself. What the hell is going on? Underwear, I would have forgotten about it if you didn't mention it. Lin Yi just remembered that he put the underwear in the trunk of the car, but Han Jingjing and Han Xiaoqiao were in the car, and then Su Shihan came. Lin Yi was too embarrassed to take the underwear out in front of Shihan, so he forgot about it after a long time. He patted his head and said apologetically, I'll get it for you now. With that, Lin Yi turned around and left the villa. He went to the car to get the underwear box and put it on the coffee table in the living room. Shield bro, when you helped us pack the underwear, did you see anything special? Did you see anything special? Yushu asked. Ha. Meng Yao almost had the urge to strangle Yushu. Lin Yi put the underwear box on the coffee table and didn't say anything. He was about to go back to his room when you reminded him. Thing? Lin Yi paused. He turned around and opened the underwear box in front of Meng Yao and Yushu. He took out the electric stick and asked, Are you talking about this? Ugh. Yeah. Yushu realized that she'd done something stupid as well. She could only admit it when she saw Meng Yao's murderous glare. I'm the one who bought it, it has nothing to do with Yao Yao. Meng Yao rolled her eyes at Yushu's words. Were you trying to hide something from her with those words? Nothing to do with Yao Yao? It has nothing to do with me in the first place, okay? But you're saying it like you're taking the blame for me? You bought it in the first place. Meng Yao said angrily. I didn't say it was Yao Yao who bought it, I said I bought it myself. Yushu said innocently. You? Why you? Meng Yao's eyes were wide open as her chest heaved up and down. She snatched the electric stick from Lin Yi's hands. I really should have thrown it away back then. But Yao Yao, you said that it's not good to just throw it around. Yushu said weakly, and if I get a boyfriend in the future, I can prepare for it, prepare my ass. Meng Yao's face was red. She wanted to dig a hole in the ground and hide in it. She threw the stick on the coffee table and said to Lin Yi, It's for you. For me? Lin Yi pointed at himself, stunned. What would he need this thing for? But looking at the embarrassed face, Lin Yi smiled bitterly as he picked it up. Alright, I'll take it then. I heard that Zhang Naipeo practices some chrysanthemum arts or something, I'll give it to him later. Lin Yi had a rough idea of what was going on. Yushu must have bought this thing, and Meng Yao was innocent in all of this. It was just that Meng Yao was afraid of being misunderstood, so Lin Yi took the stick and successfully shifted the blame onto Zhang Naipeo. Pfft. Give it to Zhang Naipeo? Yushu blinked and burst out laughing. That chrysanthemum art of his, that's not what it means, is it? That's an ancient practitioner's art. The chrysanthemum doesn't mean that in the ancient times, right, Shu? Can't you calm down? What do you mean by this or that? Why are your thoughts so complicated? Meng Yao was already embarrassed enough, and Shu was still going on and on. How do you know that I'm complicated, Yao Yao? Then Yao Yao's thoughts are complicated as well. Yushu said. What's there to be complicated about? Lin Yi giving it to Zhang Naipeo means that he's mocking Zhang Naipeo for being useless, and giving it to Naipeo to give to his girlfriend, that's looking down on him. Do you understand? Your thoughts are too evil. Meng Yao explained. What the fuck, Yao Yao, your thoughts really are complicated, I can't even think of such a deep meaning. Yushu said, surprised. Chapter 2022. You. Meng Yao paused, realizing that her explanation was getting more and more complicated in the heat of the moment. isn't this just an electric stick? Lin Yi looked at the two innocently. I actually wanted Zhang Naipeo to use it when we got home. But it's the right thing to do for his girlfriend. Alright, I'm going back to practicing, you two rest early. Meng Yao and Yushu looked at Lin Yi's back, speechless. Did Lin Yi really not know? It seemed like he didn't want the atmosphere to get any more awkward. In actuality, Lin Yi didn't even think that the Miss and Shu would use something so overbearing. Yushu probably bought it out of curiosity, or to frame someone else. But, no matter what, Meng Yao finally let out a sigh of relief. She turned back to Yushu. You did a good job. Did I do a good job? Yushu blinked her eyes. Of course, you did a good job. Humph, I'll teach you a lesson tonight. Meng Yao glared at her. Lin Yi went back to his room and threw the electric stick on the shelf. He then started practicing with the refinement fire practitioner's arts that Boss Bai gave him. When Lin Yi gave the information to Han Jingjing, he had already memorized the incantation for condensing the refinement fire, so she could practice according to the incantation now. Net. But, half an hour later, Lin Yi gave up decisively. Before, according to the refinement fire practitioner's arts that Zhang Liju gave to Lin Yi could still condense a refinement fire, but according to Boss Bai's arts, Lin Yi couldn't even condense a spark, let alone a refinement fire. There was no trend at all, and this made Lin Yi speechless. Was his talent that bad? It was so bad that it made one's hair stand on end. Or was it that this practitioner's arts didn't suit him? Right. It had to be. Lin Yi comforted himself. He put aside the matter of condensing the alchemic fire. Lin Yi could only pin his hopes on Han Jingjing. He hoped that this little girl could bring him some unexpected surprises. All Lin Yi could do now was to cultivate the second level of the art of dragon mastery and increase his strength as soon as possible. Sometimes, having absolute strength was also a trump card. Time always slipped away unknowingly. A few days passed in the blink of an eye, and it was another weekend. In the past few days, other than going to school with Miss Shu, Han Jingjing, and Han Xiaoqiao, Lin Yi didn't do anything special. It was a peaceful and leisurely university life. Net. Han Jingjing was still studying her tablet every day, but she was no longer writing or drawing. Instead, she would look at it for a while and then close her eyes to meditate for a while. But Lin Yi knew that she wasn't deep in thought, but she was cultivating a supporting mental cultivation method. What surprised Lin Yi was, beside Han Jingjing, there was actually a faint fluctuation of heaven and earth aura. She had stepped onto the path of cultivation. It was the sign of becoming a cultivator. There were many people who were stuck at the entrance of a book, but Han Jingjing had actually made some progress in just a few days' time. Although being able to cultivate a supporting mental cultivation method, it didn't mean that she could successfully condense the alchemic fire. Even if she successfully condensed the alchemic fire, she might be like Lin Yi, unable to control the intensity and temperature of the fire. Therefore, Han Jingjing could only be considered a beginner among beginners. Moreover, the supporting mental cultivation method of alchemists was the simplest cultivation method. It was simpler than any other mental cultivation method, and it was only used to assist in condensing the alchemic fire. But even so, Han Jingjing could master the supporting mental cultivation method in such a short time, which was really a genius among geniuses. However, the fluctuation of the heaven and earth aura was extremely weak, so only Lin Yi could feel it if he was very close, but Boss Bai couldn't feel it on the podium. This was the beginning of cultivating the true Tao. This situation surprised and delighted Lin Yi. Could it be that Han Jingjing was really a genius? Early in the morning, Lin Yi drove Meng Yao and Yushu to school in his Jeep Cherokee. Today was the weekend, so there was no class, so Lin Yi didn't bring Han Jingjing. Today's main activity was to go to the Tiger Park. He parked the car in the parking lot, and Lin Yi quietly waited for the others. Not long after, Bai Weitua, Zhao Shengji, Song Xiaodao, Zhang Duopan, and Fan Ganhe walked over from the direction of the male dorm. "Bro Lin, so early? Sorry to keep you waiting." Bai Weitua greeted Lin Yi. "We just arrived too." Lin Yi said, "Where are he Meiyue and the others?" "They're in the dorm room, they'll be out soon." Bai Weitua said as he looked carefully at Lin Yi's car. As expected, he saw Meng Yao and Yushu in the car. He was smart enough not to mention Wang Xinyan again. "You guys can take Lin Yi's car later. Meiyue and the others can take mine." Zhang Duopan said, "You three men squeezing in the back of my car is a bit cramped. Lin Yi's car is a 7-seater, it's no problem. Lin Yi's car has some water in the back seat, so it can't fit 3 people. Meiyue and I will take a taxi later, and Xinyan and Xiaoling can take Lin Yi's car. Zhao Shengji and Song Xiaodao can take your car." Bai Weitua said. "What? You and Meiyue will take a taxi? We have a car here, why would we take a taxi?" Zhang Duopan immediately objected after hearing Bai Weitua's words. "Besides, you guys should be the ones taking the taxi, how can you let the girls take it?" There's no need to take a taxi. Xinyan has her own car. You 3 can take Zhang Duopan's car later. Xinyan and the others can drive themselves." Lin Yi said as he looked at the red sports car not far away. "Drive themselves?" Zhang Duopan paused as he looked at Lin Yi, confused. What car do they drive? Where do they have a car? At this time, Xinyan, Xiaoling, and he Meiyue came as well. They heard the conversation between Lin Yi and Zhang Duopan. Xinyan didn't want to drive herself. She wasn't someone who liked to show off, but since Lin Yi said so, she had no choice but to take out her keys and press the remote. Not far away, the red Porsche's headlights flashed twice. Zhang Duopan's eyes widened as if he had seen a monster. Fan Ganhe, on the other hand, was in disbelief. Xinyan had a car, and it was a Porsche too? How rich did her family have to be able to afford a sports car? Zhang Duopan could afford one, but Zhang Fengfeng didn't spoil him when he was in high school. It was only when he had an excuse to hit on girls that he had some money. Chapter 2023. So Zhang Duopan was wondering if he should get a new car? If it was a more powerful BMW X5M or X6, or even a Porsche Cayenne, it would be able to show off his rich young master's class. But today, he saw Xinyan driving a Porsche sports car. And so, he was shocked. "Xinyan, is this your car?" Even he Meiyue and Chai Xiaoling were shocked as they looked at Xinyan in disbelief. "It's mine. It's just that I don't drive it that often." Xinyan smiled bitterly. "Well done Xinyan, it seems like only Lin Yi knows the truth, the rest of us are in the dark." He Meiyue teased, "It's obvious who's close and who's distant. I just don't want to show off, Anne. Lin Yi already knows that I have a car." Xinyan blushed as she explained. All right, you guys are old friends, okay? Ling and I will be riding in your car later, a Porsche sports car. I've never ridden in a sports car before." He Meiyue said excitedly. Seeing that Xinyan really had a car, Zhang Duopan didn't say anything else. He Meiyue had already said that she wanted a sports car, he couldn't just make one out of thin air, could he? Since Xinyan has a car, then let's go, shall we? Let's go early, or else it'll be hard to drive with too many cars. Zhang Duopan laughed. The group of 3 cars, under the lead of Zhang Duopan's Land Rover Aurora, headed towards the Tiger Park. The Tiger Park's full name was the African Lion and Tiger Park. It was one of the largest and most famous tourist attractions near the East China Sea, also known as the Natural Forest Zoo. It covered a large area, about 200,000 square meters. With the primeval forest near the East China Sea as the foundation, there were many man-made landscapes and buildings, forming a unique natural attraction that was a combination of modern and primitive elements. Naturally, it attracted many tourists from all over the country. Currently, in the Lion and Tiger Park, there were African tigers, African lions, Siberian tigers, and many other ferocious beasts. Visitors could take special sightseeing vehicles, cable cars, and helicopters to see these beasts up close. They could also feed them themselves and experience the interaction and communication between humans and ferocious beasts. After parking the car at the entrance of the Tiger Park, Zhang Duopan took out the tickets that he had bought in advance. The ticket price was naturally not cheap. It cost 200 yuan, but it was a piece of cake for Zhang Duopan. This place is so big and grand, Meng Yao said as she looked at the lion and tiger garden. Zhang Wen said that he wanted to open a zoo like this in Songshan. I wonder if there's any news about it. Yeah, he still owes me a lion. I haven't seen this guy in a long time. He's not paying up, Yushu said unhappily. Ugh. Lin Yi's already extorted so much money from him, a lion wouldn't make much of a difference, right? Meng Yao was speechless. Shu still remembered the lion's money. You're right. Yushu nodded. Meng Yao and Yushu were shocked by the aura of the lion and tiger garden, and so were the others. Everyone was used to living in the city. Suddenly coming to this tiger park that was built on the basis of a primeval forest with an incomparably strong aura of nature naturally made them extremely excited. However, Lin Yi did not show any special expression. Lin Yi had gotten used to this kind of environment many years ago and was not surprised at all. This time, he had only found some familiar feelings from before. That period of time was really nostalgic and fascinating. It had been so long since he had returned to the city. The city life that he had yearned for was not as comfortable and peaceful as he had imagined. It was as if Lin Yi had stepped into another journey from one journey. Only after coming into contact with some people and things did Lin Yi realize that there is always someone better out there. These hidden families, and ancient sects were all unreachable existences for ordinary people. They would never have any interaction with them. But now, all of them were somehow connected to Lin Yi. Thinking back to the days that he had thought were dangerous, they didn't seem so dangerous anymore. After entering the Lion and Tiger Park, Zhang Duopan did not rush to line up with the other tourists to take the sightseeing bus or the cable car. Instead, he took out his phone and dialed a number. Hello? Uncle Su? I'm Zhang Duopan, yes. Zhang Fengfeng's son. Yeah, I'm at the Tiger Park with my classmates, we're at the entrance. Zhang Duopan said. Alright, I'll wait for your people. While Zhang Duopan was talking on the phone, the others looked at him in confusion. They didn't know who he was looking for. But Lin Yi had a rough guess. This Lion and Tiger Park was probably opened by a friend of Zhang Duopan's father, and he'd come here to make this call to get some help, as well as show off his connections to Himeiwa. Lin Yi didn't care about this kind of child's play, and the person this guy was talking to wasn't him but Himeiwa, so Lin Yi just stood there and didn't say anything. Fan Ganhe, on the other hand, waited for Zhang Duopan to hang up and asked, Brother Zhang, who are you calling? One of the sponsors of the Tiger Park is my father's friend. Zhang Duopan pretended not to care and smiled. These sightseeing buses aren't very good, they're all modified from ordinary vans. It's not very comfortable to sit in, so I asked my dad to find a friend to arrange a good car. Brother Zhang, you're so awesome. Fan Ganhe exclaimed. It seems like your family has a lot of connections. You even have friends in East Ocean City. That's right, isn't there, Meiwa? There are VIPs here, so we have to at least have a good car. It's not like we don't have this condition. Zhang Duopan nodded and smiled. In fact, it's really awesome not to drive into the tiger park. Bai Weitua was so angry that he couldn't help but mock them. In fact, with Boss Bai's connections, it was easy to arrange something like this. Even if Boss Bai couldn't make elixirs now, he could just sell a recipe and guide some alchemists to make elixirs, which would bring him a lot of money. However, after Boss Bai was injured, he didn't do this. He had been very low-key and hid in the university as a lecturer. This was also what Bai Weitua felt the most aggrieved about. He obviously had the ability, but he didn't make more money. He and his brother were despised for flirting with girls. That's right. I don't know if young Master Zhang has this courage. Chai Shaoling immediately echoed after listening. Chapter 2024. She and Zhao Shengji had basically settled down, so she naturally supported Bai Weitua and He Meiyue being together. She didn't mind giving Zhang Duopan a blow. Net. It's not that I don't dare. These tigers, don't be fooled by their ferocious appearance. Many of them haven't eaten for days, they're just weaklings. Fan Ganha and I kicked a tiger until it fainted in my family's tiger park. Zhang Duopan bragged, but this is my father's friend's tiger park, you can't be so presumptuous. Naturally, no one believed Zhang Duopan's words. This was a bit too ridiculous. Knocked out a tiger with a few kicks? Did he think he was Wusong? However, Lin Yi, Meng Yao, and Yushu didn't say anything. As far as they were concerned, knocking out a tiger with a few kicks wasn't enough. One kick from Lin Yi was enough to kill one. While Zhang Duopan was bragging, a long Hummer drove over and stopped beside them. The driver quickly got out of the car and ran to Zhang Duopan's side and said, "You are young Master Zhang, right? I'm arranged by CEO Su to serve you the entire time. CEO Su said that we'll listen to your arrangements." As he said this, he purposely emphasized his tone, as if he had received some kind of instruction. He could recognize Zhang Duopan at a glance, obviously because he saw Zhang Duopan's photo. "I'm Zhang Duopan." Zhang Duopan nodded, "Okay, thank you. How should I address you?" "Just call me Old Yen, the driver and beast tamer here." The driver said. "Then I'll call you Uncle Yen." Zhang Duopan smiled, "I'll have to trouble Uncle Yen for this trip." Sure. Everyone get in the car. I'll bring you around the tiger park," Uncle Yen said. They got in the car, but it wasn't easy to choose a seat. It didn't matter to the others, but it was Lin Yi. He didn't know who to sit with. He Meiyue chose to sit with Shaoling. She didn't give Zhang Duopan and Bai Weitua a chance. It was obvious that she hadn't made a choice yet. Wang Xinyan, on the other hand, was one more. Lin Yi, naturally, didn't want Fan Ganha to sit next to her, but Lin Yi was worried that Meng Yao and Yushu wouldn't be happy if he sat next to her. He was in a dilemma. "Shield bro. You stay with Shu, she'll be scared when she sees the big tiger," Yushu called out to Lin Yi. Lin Yi was a little speechless. "Would you be afraid of a tiger? You're not even scared of Go Huli's lion." Although, it wasn't a bad idea to have Xinyan and Meng Yao sit together. And so, Lin Yi nodded and sat beside Yushu, while Meng Yao went with the flow and sat beside Xinyan. Zhang Duopan and Fan Ganha didn't want to do this. They wanted He Meiyue and Wang Xinyan to sit with them. That way, when they saw the tiger pouncing on the window, the girls would naturally be afraid. Shaking hands or hugging in his arms was also possible. But reality was too different from their imaginations. Zhang Duopan and Fan Ganha had no choice but to sit together. The car started up slowly, and they drove into Tiger Forest. However, this luxurious extended Hummer attracted the attention of other tourists. It was obviously a VIP car, much better than a sightseeing car. Shu, you're scared? You're scared? Lin Yi asked, amused. Can't Shu be scared? Actually, Shu has a lot of things that she's scared of. Yushu's face showed a hint of sadness. Oh? Like what? Lin Yi asked. No, let's look at the tiger first. Yushu didn't want to talk about it. Meng Yao sat beside Xinyan, which surprised Xinyan a little. Xinyan hadn't expected to sit with him today. Meng Yao and Yushu were there, after all. She'd taken the last seat of her own volition in order to avoid Fan Ganha's glare. At least she'd be able to stay away from Fan Ganha. What Xinyan didn't expect, however, was for Meng Yao to walk to her side and sit down as soon as she sat down. This surprised her, and made her a little nervous. She didn't know what Meng Yao was planning. Xinyan had always been a quiet person. She wasn't good at talking to people, so she only nodded at Meng Yao. She didn't take the initiative to say anything. Meng Yao, on the other hand, didn't say anything after sitting down. She observed the girl beside her quietly. Without a doubt, Xinyan was a very beautiful girl. She didn't pale in comparison to Meng Yao at all. Spring flowers and autumn moon were equal. You like Lin Yi? Meng Yao asked. She'd checked Xinyan out as the car drove away. Meng Yao's sudden question made Xinyan's heart skip a beat. Was Meng Yao here to denounce her? Xinyan's heart almost jumped out of her chest, but she forced herself to calm down. I'm just good friends with Lin Yi, oh. Meng Yao smiled meaningfully. It's nothing, really. Just let me know if you like Lin Yi, and I'll check on his girlfriend's behalf. She's given me the authority to do that. Xinyan paused. She looked at Meng Yao in disbelief. Lin Yi's girlfriend asked you to check on her? Yeah. Meng Yao smiled and nodded. His girlfriend asked him to find another girlfriend? Xinyan couldn't believe it, but that was what Meng Yao meant. Yeah. Meng Yao nodded again. Did I hear that right? Xinyan stared at Meng Yao, stunned. No. So, if you like Lin Yi, you have to tell me before someone else gets to him. Meng Yao said. There's only one spot. Oh. Xinyan's heart skipped a beat when Meng Yao was about to tell her, but she remembered her own situation. She shook her head with a bitter smile. I'm engaged. Lin Yi and I are really just friends, is that so? All right then. Meng Yao shrugged. She didn't want to continue the topic. I don't have anything against you, but you know that since Lin Yi's girlfriend gave me this responsibility, I have to keep my promise. I understand. Xinyan nodded. She didn't really understand, but she found it a little unbelievable. But I can tell that Lin Yi likes you a little. Meng Yao said. Xinyan's face reddened. Chapter 2025. He's not a busybody, especially in the past. Meng Yao said. He stood up for you at Songshan's commercial street, it's obvious that he likes you. Furthermore, he helped you many times after that, which made him seem rather special. Then isn't he on good terms with you guys? Xinyan's breathing quickened. She didn't want to talk about this topic anymore, it would only make her sink deeper and deeper. She quickly changed the topic to Meng Yao and Yushu. Does that mean that he likes you guys too? Our situations aren't quite the same. We've always been good friends, from the beginning till now. Meng Yao couldn't help but feel bitter. Good friends? Or was there a chance, but he did not fight for it? But I feel that you and Shu are very important in Lin Yi's heart. It's very special, Xinyan said. It's true. He really cares about you guys. Is that so? This time, it was Meng Yao's turn to blush. Xinyan couldn't help but smile at Meng Yao's blushing face. It looked like Meng Yao wasn't as calm as she used to be, after all. She had her moments of shyness too. At this moment, the relationship between the two of them seemed to have become much closer and more tacit. Then, we'll be good friends from now on, Meng Yao said. But only as close friends. If you want to pursue Lin Yi, you'll have to let him know first. Yeah. Wang Xinyan smiled. She felt a lot more relaxed now. She didn't have to be so careful anymore. Shoo. She's just the playful type. Don't mind her if she's targeting you. Meng Yao shrugged, a bitter smile on her face. She's even messing with me. No way. Xinyan paused. It's nothing. Meng Yao thought back to the electric stick from the other night. This Shu was such a scammer. She changed the topic. You're going to be Lin Yi's girlfriend in the future. He had been with her for a long time. In fact, you will realize that Shu is not a bad person. I'm not only engaged. Anne. Xinyan still couldn't believe what she was hearing. Xiao. Do I really want you to help Lin Yi find a girlfriend? Xiao. You know Xiao. Meng Yao was a little surprised. She didn't expect Xinyan to know Xiao. Yes, when I was in Yanjing. We had a meal together. Xinyan smiled self-mockingly. She didn't want to tell him that it was with her fiancé, Xiaolong, so she paused. It's just a chance encounter, I guess. That's good. Meng Yao nodded. Actually, Xiao's Lin Yi's small wife. There's something I'll tell you in private. Since you're close to Lin Yi, there are some things that I won't hide from you, but don't spill the beans. Yes. I won't speak carelessly. Xinyan felt a little excited. Was she about to find out Lin Yi's secret? Although Xinyan felt that nothing would happen between her and Lin Yi, but knowing more about Lin Yi made her feel happy and satisfied. Actually, Xiao is Lin Yi's small wife. Lin Yi has a big wife, but Lin Yi has forgotten about her. Meng Yao lowered her voice as she told Xinyan the story of Lin Yi, Tang Yun, and Xiao. The two sat at the back of the car, so they didn't have to worry about Lin Yi overhearing them, especially since Meng Yao's voice was so soft that Xinyan had to get close to hear. At first, Xinyan thought that Lin Yi had two girlfriends, and was a little disappointed that Lin Yi was a playboy. But when she heard that it was Tang Yun who allowed Xiao to join, and that it was because she pitied her, Xinyan understood that Tang Yun was so kind, and Xiao was so pitiful. The trip to the Ice Palace and Snowy Valley moved Xinyan even more. She didn't think that love could be so great. What a sad story it was. Lin Yi risked his life to fight against those sky-class masters to save Xiao, and Tang Yun, in order to save Lin Yi, didn't hesitate to stay in Snowy Valley and become an inheritor, and in order to make Lin Yi not sad, she gave the forgetfulness herb to Lin Yi. What kind of sacrifice was that? Xinyan finally understood why Xiao wanted to help Lin Yi find another girlfriend, the big wife. It was to cover up this lie. Xinyan felt that it wasn't fair to Lin Yi, but this was Tang Yun's wish. If she really told Lin Yi the truth, no one would be happy. So the best thing to do was to keep hiding it. But, letting Lin Yi find another girlfriend was a little too easy for him. So, the spots are limited. If you really want to, you can think about it. It's better to be familiar than unfamiliar, and I think you have a good personality. You won't bully Xiao, Meng Yao said, but, we'll have to see what Lin Yi wants and what he chooses. I can't do it. Xinyan shook her head. I'm just saying. I just don't want you to spill the beans, Meng Yao said. Yeah, I won't, Xinyan nodded. The car drove to the Manchurian tigers. It was full of Manchurian tigers, also known as Siberian tigers. They were found in the northeast of Asia, and were the largest felines in existence. Males could reach up to 3 meters in length, with a meter-long tail. They weighed up to 350 kilograms, and there were many black stripes on their backs and sides, usually 2 of them in the shape of a willow leaf. Their heads were big and round, and there were many stripes on their foreheads. They were often connected in the middle, resembling the word king. That was why they were called the King of the Jungle. Since it was the King of the Jungle, naturally, it was extremely ferocious. Every sightseeing car had iron bars on the windows to prevent the tourists from getting hurt when they opened the windows. This extended Hummer was no exception. Except for a small movable opening on the iron fence at the window, which could be used to throw food out to feed the tigers, the entire body of the Hummer was completely sealed. Uncle Yen, there's too many people here. There's no point in feeding the tigers here. Is there a place with fewer people? Zhang Duopan asked on purpose. Yeah, there's less people at the animal taming area. Let's go there. The tigers there are trained, and they can jump high. You throw the beef into the air and they'll jump for it. It's very interesting. Uncle Yen said. Chapter 2026. Alright, let's go there. By the way, are there any restrictions? Zhang Duopan asked. This article is from the Literature Museum. Ordinary tourists are naturally not allowed to go, but you guys are different. You are President Su's friend. President Su said that everything will be arranged by you. Uncle Yen said. Thank you, President Su. Let's go. Zhang Duopan never stopped showing off his superiority. The extended Hummer started and slowly drove to the animal taming area. Sure enough, at the entrance of the Iron Gate, Lin Yi and the others saw a sign. It said, Work Area. Non-staff members are not allowed to enter. However, the extended Hummer came to the Iron Gate. Without any questioning, the Iron Gate was opened by the staff and the car was allowed to pass. Obviously, this car was a VIP car. The staff members here all knew each other. This was actually a training place for the acrobatics hall in the Tiger Park. There were animal trainers taming all kinds of tigers and lions for them to perform. The Hummer stopped near a rockery. Uncle Yen said, everyone can get out of the car to feed the animals. There are animal trainers here, and there are only 2 tigers. They won't cause any harm to anyone. This way, everyone can watch the tigers up close. Although Uncle Yen said so, everyone looked at each other. After all, they were facing tigers. Even if they were tamed, they were still very scary. Who knew if the tiger would suddenly go crazy? If it hurt someone, it would not be fun. Get out of the car. That's not good, right? There are more girls in the car. What if something happens? Bai Weitua's heart was also beating fast. I say, Bai Weitua, are you afraid? Why are you pushing the blame to the girls? Zhang Duopan looked at Bai Weitua with disdain and said, I don't think a coward like you can protect Himeiwa at all. I won't let her get out of the car. That's protecting her. Bai Weitua's face turned red. Although he was a little afraid, he still argued. What if this tiger goes crazy? It's not a joke if it bites someone. Look, the animal trainers are standing next to the tiger. We were so close, but nothing happened. Zhang Duopan curled his lips. Bai Weitua was getting more and more worried. The happier he was, the more he could despise him and let Himeiwa see how timid this man was. That's hard to say. Even humans go crazy, let alone tigers. Lin Yi said lightly, however, even if a tiger goes crazy, it will only bite arrogant and pretentious people. So, Bai Weitua, it's fine. Let's go down. Look at you, worrying for Zhang Duopan, but he doesn't know how to appreciate people's kindness. Fuck. Who needs you to worry? Zhang Duopan listened to Lin Yi's words. He was even more disdainful. I'm getting out of the car right now. Let's see who the coward is. Bai Weituo's expression changed slightly, but he saw that Lin Yi had already stood up. Gritting his teeth, he followed her out of the car. Yushu, on the other hand, followed Lin Yi out of the car. Since the girls got out, Bai Weituo couldn't stay in the car anymore. He said, "Meiyue, let's get out too, but be careful, don't get too close." After Zhang Duopan got out of the car, he gave Uncle Yen a look. Uncle Yen nodded, indicating that everything was arranged. Zhang Duopan smiled knowingly. "There's beef here, everyone can feed the tigers," Zhang Duopan said to the people who got out of the car. "But, for safety's sake, let's let Uncle Yen demonstrate first." As expected, the two tigers just stood next to the animal trainers. They didn't come over, and they didn't seem to have any intention of attacking them. It seemed like they were really different from the free-range tigers. Actually, the tigers here are more obedient, and easier to feed, Uncle Yen said as he took out a piece of beef and threw it at the tigers. Sure enough, the two tigers jumped at the same time. One of them jumped higher and grabbed the piece of meat in the air, but what was more interesting was that when the other tiger saw that the previous tiger grabbed the meat, it stopped fighting and returned to the animal trainer's side, regardless of how much the previous tiger enjoyed the meat. Tigers eat alone. If one of them grabs the meat, the other tigers are very disciplined and won't fight for it. Of course, we can't rule out the possibility of a tiger king, but there isn't one here. Uncle Yen explained. Who's next? Bai Weituo, why don't you go first? Zhang Duopan laughed and said, but looking at you, you definitely don't dare, so let me do it. Bai Weituo was furious, but he couldn't do anything about it. He was indeed a little worried. It's okay, let him perform. Lin Yi patted Bai Weituo, smiled slightly, and said, people make mistakes, horses stumble. If he gets bitten later, he won't be so cocky. Ha, get bitten? Aren't you too timid? Fan Ganha glanced at Lin Yi and said sarcastically, generally, girls don't like cowards. Lin Yi didn't pay attention to him at all, making Fan Ganha's words useless. He was a little angry, but it was not good to be angry. He thought, in a while, I will let you know what it means to be a fool and afraid. Zhang Duopan picked up a piece of beef and threw it at the two tigers. Because one tiger was eating the meat, the other one who didn't get it before grabbed it first and bit the meat in its mouth. It was quite interesting. How about it? Meiyue, why don't you try it too? After Zhang Duopan finished his performance, he said to Meiyue proudly. Okay. Meiyue saw that Zhang Duopan was not in any danger, so she nodded and agreed. This way of feeding the tigers personally was quite interesting, so Meiyue was also interested. Just like me, pick up a piece of meat and throw it over. Zhang Duopan said after a simple demonstration. Okay. Meiyue nodded, picked up a piece of meat, and threw it over to the tigers. However, maybe because the girl's strength was relatively small, the meat was thrown relatively close. The two tigers rushed over with a whoosh sound. It was as if they were rushing at Meiyue, and Meiyue was suddenly shocked. Meiyue suddenly screamed and dodged back in fear. In fact, this was also intentional by Zhang Duopan. The two tigers had actually been acting under the instructions of the beast tamer. The domesticated tigers were different from the free-range ones. Even if they hunted, they were controlled by the beast tamer. If the beast tamer didn't allow them to eat, they wouldn't eat. Therefore, the first two snatches of food seemed to be their own behavior, but in fact, it was also done under the secret instructions of the beast tamer. Lin Yi, who had dealt with wild beasts all year round, saw this clearly. Chapter 2027. Chapter 2040, The Tiger Went Crazy. Zhang Duopan had a good plan. He deliberately let Meiyue throw the meat, and then used the excuse that a girl's hands were weak to make the tiger pounce on her. In fact, the beast tamer let him do this on purpose. Then, Zhang Duopan could take the opportunity to stand in front of Himeiwe and save the damsel in distress. Or, Himeiwe would be so scared that she would jump into his arms. However, as Zhang Duopan was fantasizing, a figure suddenly stumbled in front of Himeiwe and blocked her. This figure was Bai Weitua. Of course, Bai Weitua didn't rush over by himself. He was pushed over by Lin Yi. Bai Weitua cursed brother Lin in his heart. Wasn't he pushing himself into the tiger's den? However, Lin Yi's control of strength was very accurate. Bai Weitua's legs seemed to be out of his control. He couldn't stop even if he wanted to, and he stood directly in front of Himeiwe. Since he was here, Bai Weitua couldn't retreat. He could only bite the bullet and say, "Meiwe, don't be afraid. I'm here." Huh. Zhang Duopan was about to make a move, but he didn't expect Bai Weitua to beat him to it. His face suddenly became very ugly. As for the two tigers, they seemed to be rushing over fiercely, but they actually had no intention of attacking Himeiwe. The beast tamer only wanted them to scare Himeiwe. This kind of situation also happened when some brave guests went on stage to cooperate with the circus. So, the beast tamer was very familiar with this situation. Even though Bai Weitua stood not far from them, they didn't have any intention of attacking. They just aimed at the meat in front of them. After one of the tigers snatched the meat, the two tigers retreated. It seems that Bai Weitua is the most reliable person. Some people may say nice things, but they become stupid at the critical moment and can't move. Lin Yi said with a cold smile. Damn it, I got beaten to it by you guys, okay? Zhang Duopan was speechless. Who knew Bai Weitua would be so fast? Originally, he wanted to judge whether Himeiwe wanted to jump into his arms or dodge. If she dodged, he would stand in front of Himeiwe and jump into her arms. Then, he would be able to sit back and enjoy the fruits of her labor. How could he have known that things would change so quickly? In fact, no matter how fast Zhang Duopan's reaction was, he wasn't as fast as Lin Yi. Lin Yi didn't wait for Zhang Duopan to move and pushed Bai Weitua out. That's right. Although I don't like to do dangerous things, if a female companion is in danger, I will be the first to rush out. Bai Weitua was extremely grateful to Lin Yi. It seemed like Lin Yi had already seen through Zhang Duopan's plan. Meiwe, did you see that? Who is more reliable? Lin Yi couldn't do anything about Himeiwe's delay in making a decision. Humph, you clearly know that these two tigers won't hurt people, so why are you showing off? Zhang Duopan snorted. He hated Bai Weitua so much in his heart. He planned to take the opportunity to teach him a lesson, so he said with a fake smile, Bai Weitua, if you are in a hurry to feed the tigers, I will say that you are in a hurry. Why are you still standing in front of Himeiwe? I didn't move because I know that these two tigers definitely won't hurt people. This is called being calm. Calm? Bai Weitua didn't refute. Instead, he picked up a piece of beef on the ground and said, if that's the case, what's the difficulty of feeding such domesticated tigers? Whether it's difficult or not, it's also a kind of courage training. Don't talk so much nonsense. Zhang Duopan said as he gave Uncle Yen a look. Uncle Yen nodded calmly. So, when Bai Weitua just picked up a piece of meat, the tiger on the other side didn't wait for Bai Weitua to finish shaving the beef in his hand. With a roar, it directly bit the beef in Bai Weitua's hand. Although it didn't hurt Bai Weitua, it still scared Bai Weitua enough that he sat on the ground. Lin Yi frowned. He knew that this was probably Zhang Duopan's deliberate mischief, but he didn't have any evidence. Naturally, he couldn't say anything. Ha ha ha, Bai Weitua? It can't be, right? You're actually so scared that you sat on the ground? Aren't you a little too useless? Zhang Duopan suddenly laughed. Didn't you say that there's no difficulty in feeding this kind of domesticated tiger? Why? Are you so scared that you pissed your pants? The corner of Lin Yi's mouth flashed a trace of a cold smile. He pretended to want to help by Weitua up, but his hand suddenly flicked out a trace of true energy, aimed at one of the two tigers, and then emitted a strange sound wave from his mouth. But Lin Yi's acting was very good, and he made it sound like he was lifting by Weitua up with all his might. No one thought anything was wrong at all. But there was a reason for Lin Yi to do this. He was provoking the tiger in front of him. In the past, Lin Yi was active in various kinds of primeval forests all year round. He had a set of ways to deal with these fierce beasts. Sometimes, using beasts to deal with the enemy was also a means. Lin Yi first used his pure energy to injure the tiger, and then used that strange sound wave to make the tiger go berserk and bloodthirsty. This way, even a domesticated tiger would turn into a mad tiger and attack the person closest to it. Before, when Lin Yi didn't know how to use the chi bomb, he naturally used other hidden weapons to hurt the tiger. However, that was more obvious and could let people see the flaws. It didn't matter when facing the enemy in the primeval forest, but it wouldn't work here. Lin Yi wanted to harm Zhang Duopan. Naturally, he couldn't let others see it, so he directly used the chi bomb. After doing all this, Lin Yi quickly helped by Weitua up and then pulled him back. He stood far away from Zhang Duopan and said, "Weitua, forget it. This tiger is not a joke. After all, this kind of thing is a fierce beast. Even if it is domesticated, there may be a situation where it will bite people. It's not shameful for you to do this. A man should know when to yield and when to stand tall. Saving your life is the key. Like some people who don't care about their lives, they are stupid." Ha! Stupid? If you are timid, then don't say those useless things. If you are afraid of this kind of domesticated tiger, then you are really as timid as a mouse. Ha! As soon as Zhang Duopan's voice fell, he found that one of the two tigers rushed towards him. Looking at its fierce appearance, it seemed like it wanted to swallow him. Zhang Duopan was scared out of his wits. He turned around and ran, but the tiger was chasing him. It thought that Zhang Duopan heard it. Lin Yi's sound wave had made the tiger a little crazy. It directly regarded Zhang Duopan, who was the closest to it, as an enemy. Roar! The speed of the tiger was quite fast, but one of its legs was injured by Lin Yi's chi explosion, so its mobility was seriously reduced, so it couldn't catch up with Zhang Duopan. Chapter 2028. Chapter 2041. Lion King Lin Yi did it on purpose. Although Zhang Duopan was a bit annoying, Lin Yi didn't want to kill him directly. So, this was also a lesson for him. "Uncle Yen, help. What's wrong with this tiger? Wasn't it tamed? Why did it suddenly bite me?" Only now did Zhang Duopan know fear. His back was drenched in cold sweat. He never would have thought that this tiger, who had never hurt anyone, would want to harm him. Could it be that the beast tamer had asked it to scare by Weitua, and that had aroused its ferocity? From the looks of it, this was the only explanation. Otherwise, why would this tiger suddenly change its temperament? Uncle Yen and the beast tamer were also baffled. Logically speaking, this tiger shouldn't hurt people. Why did it suddenly pounce on Zhang Duopan as if it had seen an enemy? Fortunately, Zhang Duopan ran fast. No, why did the tiger's leg seem to be injured? How did he get hurt? When did you get hurt? Could it be that the tiger was so ferocious because it was injured? Woo woo, oh woo, the beast tamer kept calling out the beast language that the tiger could understand. He wanted to stop the mad tiger, but the tiger didn't seem to listen to anything. It madly rushed toward Zhang Duopan. The miss looked at Lin Yi, deep in thought. Shu, on the other hand, clapped her hands and laughed. Ha, shield bros almost catching up to Prophet Shu. Amazing. This tiger is crazy. Some people are really retarded. Bai Weituo's hatred was also vented in his heart. He shouted mockingly, "Zhang Duopan, Brother Lin is right. Even if this tiger is tamed, it can still bite people. People like you are not courageous, but arrogant. You are simply too stupid." At this moment, Meiyue was frowning and shaking her head. She sighed in her heart. This Zhang Duopan was indeed useless. How could he do such a dangerous and arrogant thing? Fortunately, the tiger didn't go crazy just now. Otherwise, it would have really hurt him. Even Bai Weituo was almost injured by the tiger. "Help!" Zhang Duopan cried out miserably. Although Fan Ganhe was anxious, he did not dare to step forward to help. He was facing a tiger, and he knew that he was not Wusong. He did not have the ability to do anything to a tiger, so he could only be anxious. Bang! A gunshot was heard. It was the beast tamer who fired the shot. He took out a tranquilizer gun from somewhere and shot it at the crazy tiger. After the gunshot, the tiger swayed twice before falling to the ground. Obviously, it had fainted. Phew! The beast tamer also breathed a sigh of relief. If anything happened to Zhang Duopan, he would also have a lot of responsibility. Uncle Yen also breathed a sigh of relief. This domesticated tiger actually went crazy. It was like winning the lottery. When Zhang Duopan saw that the tiger had fallen, he finally couldn't hold on anymore. He sat on the ground and panted heavily. His head was covered in sweat. "Scared me to death, scared me to death." Zhang Duopan couldn't care less about his face. He was about to lose his life. What face did he have? Fan Ganhe quickly ran over and helped Zhang Duopan up. Uncle Yen was also very embarrassed. "Young Master Zhang, no one knew that this tiger would suddenly go crazy, I know. It's not your fault." Zhang Duopan waved his hand. His face was very ugly. This time, he had lost his face. He wanted to scare Bai Weituo, but in the end, he was the one who was scared. "Let's go and see something else. This tiger is boring." Lin Yi said faintly, "I already said that this tiger goes crazy easily. You don't believe me?" "Humph. This is just an accident." Zhang Duopan said, "Let's go see the lion. This tiger is just so. It was fierce just now, but it was finished in one shot." Although Bai Weituo and others didn't answer, they still despised Zhang Duopan. In Meiyue's eyes, her impression of Zhang Duopan was getting worse and worse. This guy was simply an arrogant playboy. He wasn't a suitable companion at all. When everyone got in the car, Uncle Yen breathed a sigh of relief. He quickly started the car and went out of the domestication area. They went to the lion and tiger breeding area. This was a pure wild area. The lions and tigers here were wild. Even the ordinary staff didn't dare to get out of the car. Only those professionals wearing professional equipment and holding tranquilizer guns dared to get out. As for tourists, they were forbidden to feed the animals through the car window. This was enough to show the danger of this area. This is the lion and tiger breeding area. There is a lion king here. In the past, the most powerful one here was a tiger, but recently, the garden bought a lion. This lion became the king here. Uncle Yen explained while driving, "This lion has a very high IQ. When it came, it had a lot of underlings. The previous Tiger King also became the lion's underling. This lion is quite powerful. Could it be the legendary Lion King?" Zhang Duopan deliberately said in order to divert everyone's attention. "You can say that." Uncle Yen nodded. "If we're lucky, we'll be able to see the Lion King." Here, the car was equipped with GPS, tranquilizer guns, and emergency satellite phones. This was also to prevent the car from breaking down, so that reinforcements could come in time. This was because this was the primeval forest breeding area. The area was very wide, unlike the previous sightseeing areas where there were many sightseeing cars. Here, most tourists chose to take the cable car to see the scenery of the lion and tiger breeding area. Almost no sightseeing cars drove here. This was also for the safety of tourists. Of course, there was also a small number of adventurous tourists who would choose to come here by car. However, these tourists would buy insurance and sign an agreement before coming in. After all, this was not a joke. If the car overturned or broke down, there might really be a problem. Lions and tigers can coexist? How interesting! He Meiyue and Xiaoling exclaimed. Xinyan and Miss, on the other hand, didn't say anything. The two looked out the window quietly. Xinyan had a lot on her mind, and Miss was observing Xinyan, trying to see if she could become Lin Yi's girlfriend. Yushu, on the other hand, was a heartless girl. She kept screaming along the way, especially when it came to tigers and lions. Wow, everyone's in luck. That lion in front is the Lion King, but it's very strong. We'll watch from afar to avoid danger. Uncle Yen said. Not far ahead, on the highest rock is the Lion King, and around it are its underlings. Do you see the biggest tiger? That was the Tiger King before, but now it's the Lion King's underling. Target equals _blank. Chapter 2029. Chapter 2042, The Depressed Lion, huh? What the fuck, what a coincidence. Yushu's eyes widened as she looked at the lion on the rock. Because, according to her observation, this lion seemed to be the lion she sold to Jiangwen. However, why did this lion come here? What's wrong? Lin Yi didn't pay attention to the situation outside the window. Lin Yi didn't care about the Lion King at all. Lin Yi had seen this kind of animal many times in the African grasslands and forests, so it wasn't strange at all. That lion. Why does it look like our families? Yushu pointed at the Lion King. Lin Yi raised his head in surprise and looked at the direction Yushu was pointing at. He saw a familiar silhouette. It was the lion that he used to sleep with Huli. Lin Yi didn't like this lion that bullied the weak and feared the strong, so he didn't give it much strength. Yushu sold it off, so Lin Yi didn't care about it at all. However, this lion trained with General Weiwu and Skybolt Pig, so it did look like a spiritual beast. It wasn't very strong, but it had the strength of a half-step golden-class physical practitioner. It was nothing in front of General Weiwu and Skybolt Pig, let alone in front of Lin Yi. But in a place like this lion relied on its strength and intelligence developed by General Weiwu and Skybolt Pig to become the overlord here. As expected, Lin Yi nodded. Drive over, I want to see that Lion King. Yushu said to the driver. Drive over? Isn't that a little dangerous? After Uncle Yen experienced the tiger going crazy, he became more cautious. He turned to look at Zhang Duopan. Young Master Zhang, shall we drive over? Zhang Duopan was still scared. He was in the car, but he was still afraid. He was a little hesitant. Zhang Duopan, did you get scared just now? Now you don't even dare to approach the tiger in the car? Bai Weituo would not let go of any opportunity to attack Zhang Duopan. Who asked this guy to laugh at him before? Who said I was scared? Previously, that tiger went crazy. I'm not afraid of tigers, I'm just afraid of mad tigers. Zhang Duopan waved his hand and said, Uncle Yen, let's drive. The girls in the car are not afraid. What are we afraid of? All right. Uncle Yen nodded, started the car, and approached the Lion King. The Lion King was not afraid of the approaching car at all, and the Tiger King's little brother even roared fiercely at the Hummer, not putting it in his eyes at all. Instead, it had an imposing manner as if it was asking for something delicious. Although tourists were prohibited from feeding the tigers, drivers were allowed to feed the tigers and lions. Of course, tourists had to pay for this. "Stop the car, open the door, I'm going down," Yushu said suddenly. Uncle Yan's eyes widened at Yushu's words. What was Yushu doing? Getting off here? Wasn't she looking for death? Even if he was a tamer, a professional, he didn't dare get off here. When he fed the tigers and lions, he would throw the meat out through the gaps of the window. He didn't dare to be careless, and Yushu, a girl, wanted to get off. "Shield bro, will you come with me?" Yushu suddenly realized that something wasn't right. The lion had already been sold, and it was now the king of this place. No matter how much she messed around, she couldn't risk her life. She turned to Lin Yi. "Okay," Lin Yi said faintly, without a trace of fear or obstruction. Even if Lin Yi didn't know these lions and tigers, these beasts wouldn't dare hurt Lin Yi and the people he was protecting. There was no other reason. Years of fighting in the jungle had given Lin Yi a killing aura. As long as the tigers and lions weren't idiots, they wouldn't do anything when they sensed Lin Yi's aura. This was just like General Weiwu, who chose to retreat the first time he saw Lin Yi. Go Huli, that lion, was also scared by Lin Yi. Lin Yi's reply wasn't loud, but everyone in the car heard it clearly, especially Zhang Duopan. He looked at Lin Yi as if he was looking at an idiot. Even if Lin Yi liked Yushu and wanted to get on her good side, there was no need for him to accompany her to death, was there? In the domestication field, even the tigers might go crazy, let alone in a free-range breeding area. If they got out of the car, wouldn't they be eaten by the tigers and lions in an instant? But thinking back to the humiliation he'd suffered, Zhang Duopan didn't mind humiliating Lin Yi as well. If the two of them got eaten by the tigers after getting out of the car, then they couldn't blame anyone else. The tiger park would only have to pay some money, and everyone in the car could testify that they wanted to get out of the car. It had nothing to do with anyone else. With that thought, Zhang Duopan's lips curved into a cold smile. He didn't know why Lin Yi and Yushu were in such a rush to die, but since they wanted to die, he'd grant them their wish. Uncle Yen, the big hero, wants to get out of the car to observe Lion King up close. Let's stop the car and open the door. Okay, Master Zhang. Uncle Yan's order was to listen to Zhang Duopan's orders, and since Zhang Duopan wanted to stop the car, then so be it. If the people really got eaten, then Zhang Duopan would be the one paying for the compensation. Uncle Yen stopped the car and opened the door. Yushu got out of the car first, and Lin Yi, naturally, followed behind her. Yushu had only just gotten out of the car when the lions and tigers started getting restless, wanting to rush up and get rid of this delicacy. The lion behind them, however, paused when it saw Yushu, and shivered when it saw Lin Yi behind Yushu. Holy shit, Long Di Dong, these two weren't going to capture him, were they? The Lion King, General Weiwu, and Skybolt Pig had been together for a long time, and while its strength hadn't increased that much, its intelligence had increased quite a bit. It was only natural that it knew how to scheme. This was an obvious sign of evolving into a spiritual beast. The Lion King, on the other hand, was having a great time in the Tiger Park. He had good food and drinks every day, and he had a bunch of lions and tigers as his lackeys. His life was perfect, and if he were to be captured, wouldn't he become the lowest existence in the family again? He wouldn't even be as good as a dog or a pig. He was a big lion, after all. He was a super powerful existence, but in Lin Yi's house, he was living a life of oppression. Target equals _blank. Chapter 2030. Of course, let's not talk about the pig and dog that it treated as its underlings. Let's talk about the little girl in front of it. She was even more powerful. She was like a little devil. She made it perform acrobatics all day long, which really tired it out. So, the Lion King was very happy to be able to escape. Net. Yushu didn't have much strength, and the lion knew that she was just using Yushu's power to intimidate others. But Yushu had Lin Yi behind her, and he could kill it with a finger. It was only a matter of minutes, and the lion was smart enough not to mess with Yushu. At this moment, it saw that its underlings were going to eat Yushu and Lin Yi, and it was so scared that its heart almost exploded. It quickly roared, calling all of its underlings back. The underlings of the lion and tiger didn't understand why their king was calling them back, but they didn't dare disobey. Everyone in the car jumped at the Lion King's roar, especially Zhang Duopan. He looked at Lin Yi and Yushu with a gloating look. What a bunch of idiots, daring to look at the Lion King up close. They must be tired of living. Xinyan, who was sitting behind the car, finally loosened up a little. She frowned and looked at the calm Meng Yao beside her. Yao Yao, Lin Yi and Shu, it's fine, that lion used to belong to my family. Meng Yao, naturally, knew who the Lion King was. Net. The Lion King? Xinyan's mouth was wide open. Yeah. Meng Yao nodded. It's that Lion King. But Xinyan, you seem to care about him a lot, don't you? We're good friends. Xinyan said, a little embarrassed. Huh. Meng Yao smiled ambiguously and didn't say anything else. However, after interacting with each other along the way, the two of them had become more familiar with each other. They had changed from calling each other by their names to calling each other by their nicknames. You, come here. Yushu said, pointing at the Lion King. She pointed at the Lion King. Quack. Zhang Duopan looked at the scene outside the car and found it unbelievable. Were these two mentally ill? How could he do such a stupid thing? Fan Ganha, on the other hand, was praying that the lions and tigers would eat Lin Yi and Yushu. That way, no one would be able to stop him from pursuing Xinyan. However, under everyone's shocked gazes, the Lion King ran strangely to Yushu. He shook his head as if he was trying to please Yushu. You stupid lion, you're doing quite well, huh? He's a Lion King now? Yushu said as she pulled on the lion's ear. Net. With Lin Yi by her side and Lin Yi not stopping her, Yushu was naturally very brave. Naturally, Yushu wouldn't do something so stupid if Lin Yi wasn't around. Woo woo. The lion nodded its head cautiously. It was complaining incessantly in its heart. If it had known that the second young mistress would come today, it would have hidden itself. Now it was the butt of a gun. Look at your pitiful face. You think you're a Lion King? Yushu curled her lips. She looked down on the Lion King. The Lion King felt very wronged. It was true that it was a Lion King in front of others, but if it continued to be a king when you're here, wouldn't it be suicide? You're fine, you'll just pull on my ear, but the one beside you. She can send me to the southern skies gate with one kick. However, Yushu had a purpose in coming here. She grew up with Meng Yao. The two were almost telepathic. Meng Yao went to talk to Xinyan, and Yushu understood that this Xinyan might become one of Shield Bro's girlfriends in the future. In actuality, Yushu didn't really care about how many girlfriends Lin Yi had. She was worried about Meng Yao's interests, and as for herself, Yushu didn't want to think about her own matters. And so, after understanding Meng Yao's feelings, she decided to help Lin Yi and Xinyan. Xinyan, however, had a rather annoying pursuer, and this person was ruining the relationship between Lin Yi and Xinyan. Yushu wasn't too happy about it, and so she wanted to find a chance to teach Fan Ganha a lesson. And now was the perfect opportunity. Yushu wouldn't have gotten out of the car to play with the Lion King otherwise. Fan Ganha, what are you doing in the car? Why aren't you getting out? I heard that Xinyan likes brave people. You're such a coward. Look at Shield Bro, he's not even afraid of lions. Yushu made a disdainful gesture at Fan Ganha. Pfft. Lin Yi almost burst out laughing at Yushu's word. Why was she doing this again? Brave people? Didn't they say that Meng Yao liked brave people? Why was it Xinyan now? Fan Ganha was confused, and Yushu's disdain made him panic. Who said I'm not brave? How are you guys brave? There's something wrong with this lion, it doesn't even hurt people. Yeah, there's clearly something wrong with this lion. Zhang Duopan said. What kind of lion is this? Uncle Yen, are you sure you're not mistaken? Uncle Yen found it weird as well. This lion was clearly very docile, and it didn't bite at all. Why was it acting so happy when its ear was pulled? What a dumb lion. Isn't this a competition of bravery? I'm a sports student, you think I'm weaker than you? Fan Ganha made the decision if Lin Yi and Yushu were fine, then he'd be fine as well. Lin Yi and Yushu, on the other hand, probably knew that there was something wrong with the lion, and that was why they dared to get off the car. It was just like how Zhang Duopan and the tamers said that they weren't afraid of the tiger. They were the ones who cheated, and so they naturally assumed that Lin Yi was cheating as well. With that, Fan Ganha jumped off the car, and the moment he did so, Yushu whispered something to the lion, and the lion nodded quickly. But no one paid attention to this scene. How could a human talk to a lion? From their point of view, it was something impossible. In the car, Wang Xinyan heard Yushu say that she liked brave people. Since when did she like brave people? Lin Yi was brave, but Meng Yao smiled faintly. She wants to help you get rid of your pursuer, Fan Ganha. Xinyan blinked, and understood what was going on when she saw Fan Ganha getting off the car. Heh, you stupid lion, there's definitely something wrong with you. Speak, are you tamed? Fan Ganha pointed at the lion as soon as he got off. Chapter 2031. The lion didn't dare make a sound when it was being bullied by Yushu and Lin Yi, but it was pissed off that it was being bullied by a random person out of nowhere. Still, it remembered Yushu's orders, and decided to endure the humiliation with a whimper, not doing anything to Fan Ganha. This article is from the Literature Museum. I knew you were a coward. Fan Ganha saw that the lion was being so cowardly, and he was excited. He was just testing the lion, and he didn't dare get too close to it. He realized that the lion really didn't have any attack power, and he was overjoyed. Woo-woo. The Lion King was scolded and could only let out a slight snort to express his dissatisfaction. As expected. Zhang bro, look at this lion, it's such a coward. Fan Ganha walked over and forcefully pulled the fur on the lion's head, pulling off the lion's face. The lion didn't react at all, only grunting and whimpering. Lin Yi, you got yourself a lion with no attack power, and you're still boasting about your bravery? Zhang Duopan was pissed off from being chased by the tiger, and now that he could bully the lion, he jumped out of the car. Lin Yi, how is this bravery? If this is bravery, then I'm a warrior. Fan Ganha punched the lion proudly. Net. Zhang Duopan saw that the lion didn't resist at all, and went to pull its ear. As expected, this lion is so tame. Meiyue, look at how brave I am, I actually dared to fight the lion. You two idiots, it's the lion that's afraid of Shield bro, okay? Do you really think the lion is afraid of you? Yushu rolled her eyes at Zhang Duopan and Fan Ganha. Who would believe you? Fan Ganha looked at Yushu with a mocking face. Do you think I'm an idiot, or is Zhang bro an idiot? This lion is afraid of Lin Yi? That's right, this is the funniest joke I've ever heard. Do you think lions are humans, that they can understand you? You're an idiot. Zhang Duopan didn't believe it either. Forget it, since you don't believe me. Shield bro. Let's get in the car and let these two die here. Yushu shook her head and sighed. Okay. Lin Yi nodded. He didn't say much and got in the car with Yushu. What do you think? Fan Ganha proudly went to pull the lion's ear again, but in the next moment, the lion's eyes widened. He felt that something was wrong. This was because the lion's eyes suddenly turned sharp. Roar! The Lion King bit Fan Ganha's arm. It directly bit through his clothes and tore off a piece of skin from his neck. Yushu was telling it to calm down when Lin Yi was here, and that it could punish Fan Ganha and Zhang Duopan when Lin Yi wasn't here. Ah, Fan Ganha screamed. He didn't expect the lion to suddenly change its face and bite people without any warning. However, seeing that Fan Ganha was bitten, Zhang Duopan wanted to escape, but it was too late. Because he was the lion's next target. After the lion bit Fan Ganha, it turned to Zhang Duopan and bit his butt. Not only did it tear through his pants, but it also bit off a piece of flesh from his butt. He cried out in pain, and tears almost came out. However, the intense pain made their minds clear. They didn't care about the pain anymore and ran to the car like crazy, their faces extremely pale. However, the severe pain also made the two of them instantly sober up. They couldn't care less about the pain and ran into the car crazily. Their faces became extremely pale. Man, I told you, the lion is afraid of Shield Bro, but you didn't believe me and went down to pretend to be brave. In the end, you're finished, aren't you? Yushu said with a gloating expression. The people in the car were speechless. They didn't know what was going on. Yushu's words sounded reasonable, but if the lion was afraid of Lin Yi and not Zhang Duopan and Fan Ganha, it was a little too unbelievable. How could the lion tell who was stronger? Plus, after Lin Yi got off the car, he didn't even fight with the lion. Why would the lion be afraid of Lin Yi? Wasn't this baffling? You guys played dirty. Zhang Duopan was about to cry from the pain, but he knew that if he cried now, Mei would definitely look down on him. He endured the pain and scolded, "Did you guys do it on purpose? On purpose? Are you retarded? I told you that the lion was afraid of Shield Bro. If you didn't believe me, just stand there and die. But you guys didn't believe me, so who can you blame?" Yushu said innocently. Zhang Duopan wanted to say something, but after thinking about it carefully, he realized that what Yushu said was true. It was indeed him and Fan Ganha who didn't believe him. But the more Zhang Duopan thought about it, the more he felt that something was wrong. Why was the lion afraid of Lin Yi? That wasn't possible, right? The lion wasn't a human, why would it be afraid of a tourist? Plus, this didn't make sense. Zhang Duopan's heart was racing. It wasn't that the lion was afraid of Lin Yi, but that Lin Yi and Yushu had grasped some kind of pattern. Right, that had to be it. They had been provoking the lion before, but since the lion was a lion king, it had a bottom line. It didn't care about their provocation, and it didn't want to lower itself to the level of Lin Yi and Yushu. After that, everyone started to abuse and offend it, and the lion was offended to a certain extent. Even if it was a lion king, it couldn't take it anymore and finally went crazy. But before it went crazy, Lin Yi and Yushu must have noticed something, and so they got on the car first, saying things like the lion was afraid of Lin Yi, and so Zhang Duopan and Fan Ganha didn't notice it in time. That had to be it. Otherwise, why would the lion only take a bite out of him and Fan Ganha? If he wanted to kill them instantly, it would be a matter of minutes, but the Lion King did not do so, which meant that the Lion King was still very arrogant. He did not want to lower himself to the level of people like them who did not have the ability to attack. In the end, he was forced into a corner and only said those words to scare them. With that thought, Zhang Duopan felt that he'd grasped the pattern. He didn't want to be the one to suffer, so he turned to Lin Yi and Yushu. Didn't you say that the lion was scared of Lin Yi? If you have the guts, why don't you get off the car and try again? Why should we get off? You want us to get off just because you want us to? It's so tiring to get on and off. Yushu said disdainfully. Huh, are you scared now? Now that the lion's pissed off, you guys must be too scared to get off. Fan Ganha said mockingly. Didn't you say that Sinyan likes brave people? Lin Yi, if you dare to get out of the car now, I'll admit that you're a brave man. Chapter 2032. You'll stop harassing Sinyan if I get out? And you'll give up on Himeyue too? Lin Yi looked at Zhang Duopan and Fan Ganha. If you get out, and we don't dare to get out, then we'll admit defeat. Zhang Duopan didn't make it clear that if Lin Yi got out, then they'd do the same. If Lin Yi got out and the lion caught up, then the bet wouldn't count. Lin Yi got in the car because of the lion, so there was no point in him being brave anymore. Oh, shoo, let's go see the lion then. Lin Yi said. Okay. Yushu nodded. This lion seems to be living a good life, and it's even a king. I wonder if it has any treasures to give me? And so, the two got out of the car. Zhang Duopan and Fan Ganha, on the other hand, were waiting for the lion to go crazy again and bite Lin Yi and Yushu. But, there was a big difference between wishes and reality. Lin Yi and Yushu got out of the car, and the raging lion suddenly became docile again. It had a smile on its face, looking harmless, as if it wasn't the one going crazy earlier. Bite him. Bite them. Zhang Duopan called out in his mind, but the lion didn't listen to him at all. Hey, lion, you seem to be living a good life here, don't you have any treasures to give me? Yushu asked. Whoa. The lion knew that Yushu was up to no good, so she started asking for treasures. But the lion didn't dare defy it. Yushu's anger wouldn't be a joke if he didn't give it to her, especially Lin Yi who was beside him. He'd probably die if the girl gave him a beating, and he'd never be able to be the Lion King again. Thinking of this, the lion hurriedly ran back to its nest at the back of its territory. It carefully found something and held it in its mouth. Then, it ran back and raised its head like it was presenting a treasure. Yushu stretched her hand out, and the lion spat the thing out. It was a round, milky white orb that looked like a pearl, but wasn't. It looked like a gemstone, but wasn't. It was a weird thing, and Yushu couldn't figure out what it was even after looking at it for a while. What is this? You stupid lion, don't tell me you tricked me with a piece of trash. Yushu wasn't expecting the lion to really take out a treasure, but she didn't know if it was a treasure or what it was for. Whoa! The lion put on a sad face after hearing Yushu's words. It didn't know how to speak human language, or else it would have explained that this was a treasure the Tiger King found in the primeval forest, and that he gave it to it after he became king. It was really something good. Let me see. Lin Yi frowned as he took the white orb from Yushu's hands and looked at it carefully. This thing should be a treasure, no doubt about it. It wasn't that Lin Yi trusted the lion, but that he sensed a powerful energy within the white bead the moment it appeared. He didn't know what kind of energy it was or what it was used for, but he didn't know yet. Shield bro, can you tell what this is? Yushu asked curiously. Not at the moment, but I'll keep it. Lin Yi said as he put the orb in his pocket. Zhang Duopan and Fan Ganha saw the lion give the orb to Lin Yi and Yushu, but their eyes told them that it wasn't a jewel or a pearl. It looked more like a useless rock, and they didn't pay much attention to it. What they were curious about was why the lion seemed to have become so docile again. Could it be that the lion had a mental disorder, and had a dual personality? Zhang Duopan, Fan Ganha, I'm getting off the car. What do you guys have to say? Lin Yi was shocked as to where the lion got such a treasure from, but he pretended like he didn't care as he changed the topic to Zhang Duopan and Fan Ganha. That doesn't mean anything. We'd get off the car too. Zhang Duopan's confidence returned after seeing that Lin Yi and Yushu were fine. He forgot about the pain and decided to get off the car to check it out. "Oh, you guys get off then. Don't blame me for not warning you if you get bitten again," Yushu said. "This lion's only afraid of shield bro, not you guys." "Fuck. You think a lion's IQ is high enough to know who it's afraid of?" Zhang Duopan didn't believe Yushu at all. "I say, this lion must have some kind of mental disorder. You guys have some kind of pattern, that's why you're acting like this." "Holy shit." Yushu's eyes went wide as she looked at Zhang Duopan. "How is it? Surprised, right? I guessed it right, right?" Zhang Duopan was even more sure that he was right after seeing Yushu's expression. "No, I just think that your thinking is too fantastical. You can go to Hollywood now," Yushu said. "It doesn't matter if you don't admit it. Ganha, let's get off the car." Zhang Duopan wanted to get off the car first, but he suddenly remembered that his butt was still exposed. When he got on the car, he was facing the people in the car. It was fine, but when he turned around and got off the car, his butt was exposed. Student Zhang really knows how to act like a gangster. Bai Weitua curled his lips. "There's a girl in the car." Ugh. Zhang Duopan had forgotten about the pain in his butt. As a result, he was reminded, and the pain was unbearable. But at this time, he couldn't show it. That would be a bit too cowardly. He could only take off his clothes and wrap it around his waist. He said, sorry. Fan Ganha was a sports student, and getting hurt in fights was a common occurrence. He could take the bite on his arm and nodded before getting off the car with Zhang Duopan, but they didn't expect tragedy to befall them as soon as they got off the car. The originally docile lion suddenly pounced at Zhang Duopan. Fuck. Zhang Duopan hadn't even finished getting out of the car. When he saw the lion pouncing at him, he was so scared that he hurriedly dodged backward. As a result, he accidentally fell on his butt in the car. With a wail, his butt fell to the ground and touched his wound. The pain was excruciating. Fan Ganha, on the other hand, was better off. He was behind Zhang Duopan, and although he was knocked into by Zhang Duopan, he didn't suffer much. Chapter 2033. That posture was like a victor looking down on a weakling. Zhang Duopan's face turned red and white. The lion's actions confirmed Yushu's words. The lion was afraid of Lin Yi, but not him. He was attacked as soon as he got out of the car, and Lin Yi had been standing there for a long time. The lion was just trying to please him, and this almost made Zhang Duopan speechless. How could this lion tell who was stronger? But Zhang Duopan didn't see anything special about Lin Yi and Yushu. But Zhang Duopan didn't want to keep his word. He laughed it off. "My butt hurts like hell, and it looks really bad. I can't even walk properly. I can't get out of the car. Uncle Yen, let's go, I'm going to the hospital." "Zhang Duopan, do you mean what you said before? Stay away from Himeyue from now on?" Bai Weitua asked. "What I said before. I dare get out of the car too, but my butt hurts so I can't walk. It doesn't count as my loss, I just want to go to the hospital," Zhang Duopan said. "Bai Weitua, you wouldn't put a patient in a difficult position, would you?" Bai Weitua looked at Zhang Duopan with disdain. This guy was obviously using this as an excuse to not acknowledge the previous bet. However, Bai Weitua had a certain degree of understanding of Zhang Duopan's repeated reneging. This guy was thick-skinned and always found an excuse to go back on his word. Bai Weitua didn't want to say anything more. Lin Yi smiled coldly as he got in the car with Yushu. As for Zhang Duopan and Fan Ganha, Lin Yi didn't care anymore. All he cared about was that white bead. He wanted to go back and see what it was. But if it wasn't for Yushu's luck, this thing would have been buried in the Lion King's hands. So when Zhang Duopan asked to leave, Lin Yi didn't say anything. When he got in the car, Lin Yi saw the miss talking to Wang Xinyan about something. Lin Yi was a little puzzled by the scene. The two weren't that close, were they? Could it be that it had become better along the way? Xinyan smiled at Meng Yao's words. The two seemed to be getting along quite well, and that surprised Lin Yi, but he didn't try to eavesdrop on their conversation. Everyone had their own secrets, and Lin Yi wouldn't try to eavesdrop on the conversation between Meng Yao and Yushu. At first, when Lin Yi saw the miss and Xinyan sitting together, he thought that the miss didn't have any close friends in the car, and that Xinyan was the only female acquaintance other than Yushu, so he just sat next to her. But now it seemed like it was all planned. The car started moving slowly. Uncle Yen was confused as to why the lion had chosen Zhang Duopan and Fan Ganha instead of Lin Yi and Yushu, but he couldn't bring himself to ask after looking at Zhang Duopan's pathetic face. Since Zhang Duopan didn't pursue the matter, Uncle Yen naturally wouldn't meddle in his own affairs. He didn't want Mr. Su to blame him for not being a good host. Zhang Duopan and Fan Ganha were feeling very wronged. They could endure the physical pain, but the mental pain was breaking them down. They felt that it was strange and unjustified. Why did the lion not bite Lin Yi and Yushu, and even give them a stupid bead? Naturally, Zhang Duopan didn't think that there would be any treasures in the tiger park. After all, this was a scenic area. How could there be treasures? It was probably a big marble or a toy ball thrown by a tourist, and the lion thought it was something good. But no matter what it was, the lion's behavior was strange. Even now, Zhang Duopan still thought that Lin Yi had mastered some kind of pattern, or that Lin Yi had mastered the way to communicate with the lion, and that was why the lion didn't bite him. Zhang Duopan and Fan Ganha, on the other hand, didn't have this skill, and that was why they ended up in such a tragedy. Some people are not brave, but they pretend to be brave, and in the end, they got bitten by the lion, right? Yushu mocked. He Meiyue, see? Can you entrust your life to this kind of man? He's nothing compared to Shield Bro. Of course, Shield Bro can't be given to you, so you can only settle for second best. Bai Weitua is not bad. He Meiyue didn't know whether to laugh or cry after hearing Yushu's words. Lin Yi was indeed outstanding, and if Wang Xinyan wasn't there, she wouldn't mind taking the initiative to pursue him. But with Wang Xinyan's appearance, especially with Meng Yao and Yushu by Lin Yi's side, He Meiyue paled in comparison. She knew her place, and although Zhang Duopan and Bai Weitua were infatuated with her, Lin Yi wouldn't have any feelings for her at all. So He Meiyue wouldn't be delusional. She could only settle for second best, and set her sights on Zhang Duopan and Bai Weitua, her two pursuers. But He Meiyue didn't want to give up her lifelong happiness so early, so she was considering. Zhang Duopan's playboy aura was too strong, but that wasn't what He Meiyue disliked. What He Meiyue feared the most was that Zhang Duopan would play around with her, and then dump her when he was bored. Plus, Zhang Duopan was a bit unreliable. Although his family was rich, he liked to cause trouble. Bai Weitua, on the other hand, didn't have such bad habits, but his family didn't seem to be very rich. Although Bai Weitua and Zhang Duopan had the upper hand in a few confrontations, He Meiyue wasn't an idiot. She knew that the reason why Bai Weitua had the upper hand was because of Lin Yi. It was the same with the drinking competition, the freshman party, and this trip to the Tiger Park. If it wasn't for Lin Yi, the one who would be embarrassed wouldn't be Zhang Duopan and Fan Ganha, but Bai Weitua. Bai Weitua had rushed out the moment the tiger pounced on them. That was definitely because he saw that the tiger was tamed, and that was why he dared to push Bai Weitua out. It wasn't Bai Weitua's intention. Of course, although He Meiyue didn't see what happened when the tiger went crazy, it was most likely Lin Yi's doing. Otherwise, why would Lin Yi pull Bai Weitua to the back after helping him up? In the end, the powerful person wasn't Bai Weitua, but Lin Yi. So this was the reason why Himeiwa didn't accept Bai Weitua. Lin Yi couldn't always help him, right? If Lin Yi wasn't by his side, his good luck would come to an end. Whether it was the drinking competition, the freshman party, or even the trip to the Tiger Park, he would lose miserably. Target equals _blank. Chapter 2034. If Lin Yi knew how much Himeiwa was thinking, he'd be shocked. How scheming was this girl? Of course, it didn't have much to do with Lin Yi, since Lin Yi didn't like her in the first place. Zhang Duopan and Fan Ganha were both injured, and so the two hurried to see the doctor after leaving the Tiger Park. Lin Yi and the others didn't go anywhere else either, and went straight back to school. Xinyan was getting out of the car in the school parking lot when the miss winked at her. "Tell me if you have any thoughts." "Ah." Xinyan blushed, not daring to look at the Mississippi. She walked away quickly with her head down. Lin Yi, on the other hand, didn't know what was going on. What were these two talking about? What did they mean by having thoughts? What thoughts could Xinyan possibly have? And so, on the way home, Lin Yi asked curiously, "Yao Yao, what did you say to Xinyan?" "Nothing much, just getting to know each other a little. I told her to come visit when she's free." Meng Yao said faintly. "Visit?" Lin Yi felt strange. Wasn't the miss and Shu not too friendly with Xinyan? Why did it change all of a sudden? Lin Yi didn't know that Meng Yao was just getting over it. Since Lin Yi was looking for a big wife, it'd be better for him to get one from someone he was familiar with. If he got an unfamiliar domineering girl, she and Yushu wouldn't be at a disadvantage, but it'd affect their mood. Meng Yao didn't reply and changed the topic. "By the way, Lin Yi, what did that lion give you and Shu? It doesn't look like anything good." "I don't know, but it's definitely something good," Lin Yi said. "There's a lot of energy in that thing, let's get an expert to take a look." It's really good stuff." Yushu was just casually trying to blackmail the lion, not expecting it to actually give her something good. Could it be an energy ball? Energy ball? Lin Yi was stunned. "I don't know, but this energy is different from the spiritual energy of the world. Even if it's an energy ball, it's not an ordinary energy ball." "That is indeed a fortuitous encounter." Meng Yao said, "This trip to the Tiger Park wasn't that interesting, but you got something good, so it wasn't a wasted trip." "Yeah, it's an unexpected surprise. I'm just accompanying Bai Weitua. He is Boss Bai's grandson. Boss Bai treats me well, so I have to help him." Lin Yi said, "When he catches up with Himeiwa, I won't get involved. Shield bro, I don't think that Himeiwa is a good person." Yushu said. "Shu, don't talk nonsense." Meng Yao frowned. Although she wasn't friends with Himeiwa, she didn't have any bad feelings towards her. It wasn't appropriate for Yushu to slander others. "I'm not talking nonsense," Yushu said, "I just think that Himeiwa is very scheming. But she's still a little worse than you, right?" Meng Yao said. "Ugh. Not really." Yushu was embarrassed and shut her mouth. Himeiwa doesn't have much to do with us. It's fine as long as Bai Weitua likes her. As long as she doesn't do anything bad to Bai Weitua, there's no need for us to interfere." Lin Yi shrugged and smiled. "Besides, it's not a bad thing for a girl to be a little scheming, right, Shu?" "Oh. How would I know?" Yushu looked like she lost. Lin Yi drove the car back to the villa, but when he got close to the villa, he saw Han Jingjing standing in the yard looking around. She ran over excitedly when she saw Lin Yi's car. Han Jingjing's actions made Lin Yi, Yushu, and Meng Yao curious. What was this girl doing standing in the yard in the cold? Although it wasn't that cold yet, the weather in November was still very cold. If Han Jingjing stood in the courtyard alone for a long time, she would definitely catch a cold. Han Jingjing, what are you doing? Lin Yi got out of the car and asked curiously. Lin Yi bro, you're back. I'm waiting for the car. Han Jingjing said. Waiting for the car? Lin Yi was speechless. Waiting for my car? Are you going out? No, I'm waiting for your car to come back. I have something to talk to you about. Han Jingjing said. But you don't have to wait in the yard. Aren't you afraid of catching a cold? Lin Yi didn't know what to say to Han Jingjing's actions. Jingjing's not afraid of catching a cold. Lin Yi bro's really good at treating colds, and it feels really good too. Last time Jingjing got a bunch of water, it felt really good. Han Jingjing said. Pfft. Ahem. Lin Yi choked on Han Jingjing's words. Why did Han Jingjing's words have so many different meanings? Oh. Yushu looked at Lin Yi strangely as well. Shield bro, didn't you say you didn't touch her last time? Why would she feel good and get water? Mengyao wasn't as bold as Yushu, asking everything out loud. She frowned as she looked at Lin Yi, puzzled. She was just thinking about accepting Xinyan, but why did it seem like Lin Yi was interested in Han Jingjing instead? Acupuncture. She got sweaty and took a shower, so it felt good. Lin Yi explained, sweating. Yushu and Mengyao were speechless. It was hard not to think dirty thoughts from Han Jingjing's words. Lin Yi bro, what's wrong with them? Why are you looking at Jingjing with that weird look? Is there something on Jingjing's face? Han Jingjing asked curiously. No. Let's not talk about that. Why are you waiting for me here? Lin Yi didn't want to continue the topic. Right, Jingjing almost forgot something important. Han Jingjing lowered her voice. Lin Yi bro, Jingjing made a refinement fire. Wah. Lin Yi's jaw almost dropped. Refinement fire? It had only been a few days, and Han Jingjing had already made it? What's wrong, Lin Yi bro? Is Jingjing stupid? It's been so many days. Han Jingjing looked at Lin Yi innocently. But Jingjing's been working so hard. That refinement fire practitioner's arts went through Jingjing's calculations and scientific optimizations. That's why I was able to make it today. It would have taken me a long time otherwise. Chapter 2035. Lin Yi had the urge to kill himself after hearing Han Jingjing's words. He'd rather die than live. He was an idiot among idiots. Han Jingjing was able to condense her refinement fire in just a few days. One had to know that she started off as a normal person. She had to first become a practitioner and condense her qi, successfully crossing from a normal person to a golden class early phase master. Although it was relatively easy for a normal person to cross from a normal person to a golden class with the help of a refiner's art, it would take at most 1 or 2 years, at least 1 or 2 months. But that was still 1 or 2 months. Han Jingjing had only done it for a few days. Even if Han Jingjing was a golden class now, it didn't mean that she had the strength of a golden class master. But it was still shocking to Lin Yi. Yao, Shu, you guys go back to the villa first. I have something to talk to Jing. Lin Yi took a deep breath, suppressing his shock as he spoke to Mengyao and Yushu. There are no outsiders in our villa, let Jingjing come in too. Mengyao wasn't someone who didn't see the big picture. If Han Jingjing really could concoct pills, then it'd solve a lot of Lin Yi's problems. She'd be of great help to him, and so Mengyao decided that she'd have to build a good relationship with this girl next door. Sure. Lin Yi nodded and said to Han Jingjing, let's talk at my house. Okay, I haven't been to Lin Yi, Big Bro's house yet. I'll go now. Han Jingjing nodded and was about to enter the villa with Lin Yi when she slapped her forehead. Wait, Jing Jing's tablet isn't here yet. I'll go get it. After saying that, Han Jingjing ran back to her villa again. Not long after, she appeared in front of everyone again with a tablet in her arms. Wow, Lin Yi, big bro, your villa is so cozy. Han Jingjing said in surprise as soon as she entered the door. It's not as luxurious as yours. Lin Yi smiled. But Jing Jing doesn't like those retro decorations. Han Jingjing shook her head. Jing Jing, come to my room. Lin Yi's attention was not on the decorations. What Lin Yi wanted to see the most was whether Han Jingjing could really condense the pill fire. Okay. Han Jingjing nodded. Meng Yao and Yushu, on the other hand, didn't disturb him. They didn't know how to concoct pills at all, and they didn't want to join in the fun. They waited quietly in the living room. Brother Lin Yi, is this your room? It's so cozy. Jingjing wants to move in. Han Jingjing looked at Lin Yi's room, and her eyes immediately revealed a look of love. Okay, feel free to sit. Lin Yi smiled. As for moving here, forget it. If you like it, I'll get someone to renovate your villa. Then don't trouble yourself. Han Jingjing shook her head and took off her shoes. She curled up her legs and sat on Lin Yi's bed. You can already condense a pill flame? Does that mean you're a golden class now? Lin Yi asked. Yeah, according to that refiner's arts, Jing Jing should be at the early phase of the golden class. I'm just at the entry level. Han Jingjing nodded. Entry. A few days of golden class. Lin Yi took a deep breath and sighed. I'm really surprised. Jing Jing, you're amazing. Lin Yi didn't pay much attention when he was outside, but now that he was in the room, Lin Yi could tell that Han Jingjing really did have the spiritual strength of the early phase of the golden class. It wasn't much of a help in actual combat, but Han Jingjing was a solid golden class. Is Jing Jing really that amazing? Han Jingjing touched her blushing cheeks, a little embarrassed, as if she'd gotten a compliment from Lin Yi. Jingjing thought I was stupid. No, you're not. You're one of the strongest prodigies I've ever seen. Lin Yi thought that Zhang Naipeo and Xiao Xiao were prodigies too, right? Their speed was also very fast. Jing Jing is so happy. Jingjing was very nervous before this. Han Jingjing said happily. Lin Yi bro, then Jing Jing will show you how to condense a pill flame now, okay? Okay, go ahead. Lin Yi nodded with a serious face. Yeah. Han Jingjing also withdrew her joyful expression. Her originally adorable little face also became incomparably solemn. She extended her right hand and in a split second, a bright red flame appeared out of thin air in her palm. This was a fire element pill flame. That fast? Lin Yi's eyes widened as if he had seen a ghost. This speed was much faster than Lin Yi's condensing speed. But one had to know that the refinement fire formula Boss Bai gave him was much more complicated than the one he got from Zhang Liju. It required the qi to circulate through all the meridians in the body for a long time before the refinement fire could be formed in the palm. But Han Jingjing didn't wait that long, and the refinement fire appeared in her palm right away. This was unbelievable to Lin Yi. What kind of speed was Han Jingjing at? That's already fast. Jing Jing feels like it's still a bit slow. Han Jingjing put away the refinement fire in her hand. That's slow. Lin Yi's self-esteem took a huge hit. This Han Jingjing was a monster. But, Lin Yi couldn't understand why Han Jingjing's refinement fire was so fast. One had to know that according to Boss Bai's formula, it was already very fast to condense the refinement fire in 3 minutes. 5 minutes was the normal time. Although the formula he got from Zhang Liju's tomb was faster than this, it would normally take around a minute or 30 to 50 seconds. But it wasn't as fast as Han Jingjing, who could condense the refinement fire in 20 seconds. Of course, the speed at which the alchemy fire was condensed had nothing to do with alchemy. This was because alchemy was a quiet and patient job. It could not be rushed. One had to be fully prepared before they could concentrate on refining the alchemy in seclusion until the alchemy was completed or failed. So when the refinement started, the speed of condensing the refinement fire didn't matter at all. Tens of seconds or tens of minutes were the same, as long as the refinement fire was formed. This was also the reason why Boss Bai didn't learn any other after he got used to this formula. After all roads lead to Rome. The only difference was the speed, but the result was the same. There was no need for Boss Bai to study other formulas. Chapter 2036. However, Lin Yi was very puzzled. How did Han Jingjing do it? Jingjing doesn't know either. Jingjing thought it was still a bit slow. Han Jingjing said. Jingjing, how did you do it? From what I know, the mantra I gave you to condense the fire requires at least 3 minutes to condense the fire, right? How did you do it in 20 seconds? Lin Yi was full of doubts. That's because Jingjing modified the mantra for congealing the core fire. Han Jingjing said. It did take 3 minutes before, but Jingjing thought it was too slow. I was afraid that when I demonstrated it to Big Brother Lin Yi Big Brother would get impatient or think that Jingjing was too stupid and ignore me in the future. So Jingjing changed the mantra for condensing the fire. This thing can be changed? Lin Yi felt like he was about to explode. His endurance was reaching its limit. Yes. Han Jingjing nodded matter-of-factly. Then, she quickly opened the tablet and pulled up a picture. It was a meridian diagram of the human body. After enlarging it, she explained to Lin Yi, Big Brother Lin Yi, look. The mantra for condensing the fire was like this. It guided the true qi in the body through this main meridian, and then through this meridian to the qi acupoint. But according to Jingjing's judgment, if the true qi didn't go this way, but this meridian, and split into 3 small streams of true qi, passing through a few small meridians near the main meridian, and then to this meridian before finally returning to the qi acupoint, then the speed would be much faster. Although the cross-section of these small meridians is small, their length is shorter than the main meridian. Also, the true qi is split into 3 streams, passing through 3 small meridians. This way, the time is even shorter. Finally, the true qi will gather in this meridian and reach the qi acupoint, saving some time. Similarly, the other meridians are the same. After listening to Han Jingjing's explanation, Lin Yi was so shocked that his eyeballs almost popped out. This works too? This Han Jingjing was really scientific in alchemy. She could even think of this method. It could simply be described as shocking. Jingjing, you're amazing. Lin Yi looked at Han Jingjing's tablet and was speechless for a long time. After a while, he came back to his senses and spat out these words. Really? Big Brother Lin Yi, you're the best. Jingjing also feels very awesome after being praised by you. Han Jingjing tilted her head and the corners of her mouth curled up into a beautiful arc. 2 dimples appeared on her beautiful and fair face. She was obviously very happy. Lin Yi took a deep breath and nodded. Jingjing, you really are a genius. Hee, actually, my family always praises me, but I don't know if they're really praising me or just spoiling me. But Lin Yi Big Bro's words definitely won't be false. Han Jingjing said happily. Actually, in Jingjing's eyes, this refinement fire condensing chant is a bit complicated. Some of the steps can be skipped, but Jingjing doesn't have the time to analyze and test them one by one. Right now, Jingjing is just shortening some of the qi's path. After hearing Han Jingjing's words, Lin Yi's heart skipped a beat. The one he had in his hand was Zhang Liju's refinement fire condensing arts, but it wasn't as complicated as Boss Bai's. It was probably what Han Jingjing had said, removing some useless steps. If he gave that refinement fire condensing arts to Han Jingjing, who knew what kind of shocking things this genius girl could create? But, Lin Yi temporarily suppressed that idea. After all, shortening the condensing time didn't have much use for real elixir refinement, unless it was a competition with a fixed time, or in some emergency situation. The rest was just showing off in front of other refiners. Other than that, the condensing time of the refinement fire really didn't have any other uses. That was all Lin Yi could think of. Jing Jing, other than condensing the refinement fire, can you also change the intensity and temperature of the refinement fire? Lin Yi asked. I can. Han Jingjing's reply made Lin Yi's heart tighten again. If it weren't for Lin Yi's strong will, he would have been beaten black and blue by now. I can? Then show me. Lin Yi said. Okay. Han Jingjing nodded and put down the tablet. She reached out her right hand again, and very quickly, the refinement fire appeared again. But this time, after the refinement fire appeared, Han Jingjing began to control it, making it grow stronger and stronger. Hiss. Lin Yi took in a cold breath as he looked at Han Jingjing's right hand. He wanted to cut it off and put it on his own. Lin Yi was also a dabbler refiner, and naturally, he could clearly feel the fire growing stronger and stronger. What shocked Lin Yi wasn't just that Han Jingjing could change the intensity of the fire, but the precision of Han Jingjing's control. The fire was changing bit by bit, becoming stronger and stronger, and not that kind of big and small. This meant that Han Jingjing could already change the intensity of the fire as she pleased. As expected, the refinement fire on Han Jingjing's right hand gradually became smaller and smaller, smaller and smaller, until it was so weak that it was about to be extinguished, but it didn't go out. It was obvious that Han Jingjing's control was more precise. What about the temperature? Lin Yi took a deep breath and continued to ask. It can also. At this moment, Han Jingjing's forehead had formed a thin layer of sweat. Obviously, controlling the refinement fire consumed a lot of physical strength. As soon as Han Jingjing's voice fell, Lin Yi suddenly felt that the refinement fire in Han Jingjing's hand quickly became hot, and the temperature of the whole room was raised at this moment. Good. Lin Yi couldn't help but cheer. This Han Jingjing really surprised him. She was actually so talented in the art of alchemy. Ah. Brother Lin Yi. Jing Jing can't hold it anymore. Jing Jing can't hold it anymore. Just after Lin Yi cheered, Han Jingjing's breathing became rapid, and she said weakly. In the end, her voice turned into a moan. Lin Yi suddenly had black lines on his head. He naturally knew what Han Jingjing meant. Alchemy was a matter that consumed a lot of physical strength, and controlling the refinement fire out of thin air was the same. Han Jingjing was only an alchemist with the strength of the early stage of the golden class. It was already not bad for her to be able to hold on for so long. So at this time, it was normal that she couldn't hold on anymore. After Han Jingjing finished this sentence, she put away the refinement fire on her right hand and fell on Lin Yi's bed, as if she was very weak and couldn't speak anymore. And the sweat on her forehead instantly rolled onto Lin Yi's bed, making it wet. You're tuning in to the Dreamy Chapters YouTube channel. We're so grateful for your support, and don't forget to subscribe to join us on this incredible journey through captivating stories. Your generosity through donations truly makes a world of difference, as it's the primary source of revenue that allows me to expand and enhance this channel for you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for being a part of this adventure.